Welcome to MarketBubble, a show about investing in yourself. I'm here with my co-host, Ansem. He's live on Twitter, and I'm live on Twitch. And this is a show all about making money, commanding attention, and AI literacy. All you have to do to watch and to join and be a part of all this is have a desire to be a successful young man. Women too. Girls can watch the show, right? Z?
100%.
Cool. Yeah. We're live every Thursday at 1 p.m. PST on my Twitch, twitch.tv/FaZe Banks, and Twitter's Ansem. Ansem's Twitter. We're here. Z, episode 1, it made quite the fucking, it made quite the wave.
Splashed it, bro. Splashed it.
Man. Fuck. How do you feel?
I feel good, bro. I feel like we're getting in the groove now. I'm hyped to talk more about everything that's going on. We kind of launched it right at a pretty cool spot. The markets were like, what? Z doesn't own any Bitcoin? We're just going to fucking rip the shit this week. Pretty cool. I'm excited to talk about markets, what I'm looking at, just go deeper. So I'm hyped.
Me too. Episode 1, I feel like chalk it up as a wild success. I mean, the feedback, let's call it controversial.
It's called mixed feedback.
Yeah, we got mixed reviews. Some people were, people felt something about finding out that we had a show. We launched a show about markets. Obviously people, the way that the internet works, social media work, kind of just labeled it crypto. That's definitely not what the show's about entirely. We are absolutely going to discuss markets for a good chunk of it.
Yeah,
that's a huge part of mine and your overlap.
Yep.
But it's about much more than that. Genuinely, the point of the show is to curate a community who wants to be positioned well over the next 5 to 10 years. You look on social media right now, and everything is fried. I just went off, for the first 30-minute pre-show about just like hate farms and drama and the way that fucking narratives fly around and just fake internet, dead internet. Politics is fried. Everything's fucked. Everybody's addicted to fucking the internet and porn, and dating's cooked. People are incels. People are not in a great spot. And over the next 5 to 10 years, shit's gonna, get flipped on its head with AI. And how do we position ourselves? That's what we're talking about. How are we positioned and how we suggest that the audience positions themselves. And I know we're working on some commandments. We didn't get through that, but like we wanna just kind of share with you guys how we're navigating all this shit. It's not just a show about crypto, and obviously, like we knew, like one of the big hooks was gonna be Ansem knows Bitcoin. We're right, like people.
I still don't, by the way.
People, you own something though. You own a couple. You've bought some crypto since the first show. Yeah,
I have for sure.
We'll definitely talk about that. Let's talk about numbers. I just want to again say thank you guys for where the fuck is it? I thought I had it somewhere. I don't. The analytics. I think we peaked at 66K on Twitch. What were you live at on Twitter? 13K.
I'm not sure. I know like Twitter counts it kind of differently. I know it was over like 25 at the total.
That's insane. So nearing just about 100K. Obviously, there's a lot of FaZe shit attached to it and streamer stuff, whatever. But people showed out nonetheless, and a lot of people stuck around. And I did get hit up, by a lot of people who appreciate the fact that we're doing this show and see value in the show.
For sure.
I saw a couple clips. There's a clip of you want to bring up the clip of Jonah? Maybe watch that one.
Which one?
Jonah had a take on like why he thinks that this could be valuable. Remember?
Jonah?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Where is that? Let's find it.
But yeah, no, I had a ton of people hit me up. They basically thought that our dynamic is pretty interesting because, like, I'm the more chill, talk about markets, talk about charts and everything. Then you bring the energy in a whole different audience, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm excited to be able to reach them. I had people hit me up on Twitter in the replies like, bro, we want to see the charts. Promise we're going to show the charts and show the trades and all of that. But on your side, it was like, I think the exposure to that is going to be really cool for them as well because there's a lot of people who aren't 100% focused on charts and how to trade. So getting them exposure to all these things, I think is going to be super important with how we do the show.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, which you're talking about which one are you talking about?
Jonah had a clip on Twitter about like I actually think I think that like the show is valuable. I don't know. I thought I had it in the prep. It's not in the prep. It's fucking annoying. We're gonna have MizKif on in 50 minutes, which is cool. You don't know much about him, but he's a big streamer, and he posted this video randomly on Twitter. No context. He's never really talked about finance before. How do I do this?
Streamer, right? And now he's getting into the finance and all that shit.
Yes. Yeah. You can hear this audio?
Yeah.
All right.
My name is MizKif. I've been streaming for 8 years now, and there's one thing that everyone is not talking about. Streamers make way too much money. You see, a quiet epidemic has been happening right under our footsteps. While streamers like Kai Sat have been getting non-stop gifted subs for those homes in Africa, you, the viewer, have been in crippling debt. Gen Zers have an average of $35,000 in debt today. And millennials, over $132,000 in debt. Their bank accounts at 30, just a median of $3,000 in their accounts. Not only that, only 43% of Americans from 18 to 35 invest in the stock market. That's crazy. We are not learning finance. So starting today, I'm going to be investing $300,000 of my own money into the stock market. And if you guys watch, pay attention, and help me learn what I need to do, you guys will also be earning some cash. We're going to be learning finance together every single day for 30 days, live on my stream.
That's
and whatever
cool.
money we have at the end, I split it with the chat. The more you show up, the more you earn.
Yeah, no, it's cool. MizKif's been a content creator forever. He started out as like a cameraman / mod for Ice Poseidon. You know who that is?
Nope.
Kind of one of the original OG streamers. I feel like Ice really popularized like IRL live streaming. I feel like he was like the first guy to do that. He started out on RuneScape, a legend in streaming, absolute legend in streaming. I actually have a bit of lore with Ice. I've been around for just as long as these guys, so there's obviously, you know, bound to be some overlap. But Miz knows streaming inside and outside. He also co-founded an org kind of the same way that I did, and he recently, over the last year, switched over from Twitch. Like he was a hardcore like Twitch like poster boy for a while. Like could even call him like a golden boy of Twitch for a minute.
Yeah.
And he's fully done the full 180 pivot into Kick, and he's kind of on the. I mean, he's had a falling out with a lot of the old people that he used to work with, and I don't know, just a lot of weird shit for us to talk about. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I was surprised to see. I went on a stream yesterday. I was surprised to see the direction he was taking it, because I planned on sitting down and him just asking like, yo, what should we buy? What's the ticker? Because that's like typically, you know, as you know,
yeah, of course,
what everybody wants to know.
Right.
But he was like, no, like that's not what we're doing. He had all these like slideshows and presentations of like teaching his chat about like compound interest, and like he wants to like actually properly educate his audience on how to manage money.
That's
like
cool.
Financial literacy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was refreshing to see, and it's I think his head's in the right place as far as that goes.
So there's not really that many streamers doing that, it seems like. I know a lot of the streamers that are popular on Twitch and Kick, the content isn't really around finance or like investments or any of that. So that's like a very new thing.
No, it is. And I saw a Thread talk about this. Thread has an interesting take where he's been talking a lot about let me bring it up. You see this clip?
Yeah, it's super
every
accurate.
person in the world pivots to trading and investing actively. No, this is bullish. The late stage of the late stage is everybody trades everything all the time. Okay? And that means the last cohort of marginal buyer, which is a lot, which is the 25 and under crowd, which has a lot, which has money, actively invests, which means the moves, the megachurch style, all focused on one asset, whipsawing back and forth, volatility going up forever. It all concentrates and it adds. And the late stage of the late stage is that everybody has FOMO. Nobody knows what to do. They all pivot to finance. Everybody pivots to finance. Everybody trades. Everybody invests. and everybody is actively managing money. And when you're
Do you agree?
I 100% agree. I mean, the reason that this is so accurate is because you've kind of two main cohorts. I think we'll take America and then look at the rest of the world. But America, it's like the people who are doing well at their jobs, like a lot of the software engineers who have high-paying jobs, or the high-paying lawyers or high-paying finance people, or high-paying doctors. All of these people have discretionary income. And because of how much inflation has impacted the costs of everything in the States, like houses are way more expensive, like groceries are way more expensive. Basically, everybody's expenses are a lot higher than they used to be. And the wage inflation hasn't really kept up with those increases in prices. And so the only real way to combat the inflation that people are experiencing is to invest. And everybody is aware of this now. Like I saw somebody say like the AI boom is impacting the stock market more so than it's impacting jobs so far, like to be honest, because of how much stocks have appreciated. Like there's a ton of people who made a fuck ton of money off Nvidia going to $5 trillion market cap. There's
Robinhood's a thing now. Obviously, like I mean, even Polymarket's the sponsor and financier of the show, and like they've given people the ability to pretty much trade anything, right? Like,
I mean, it's super accessible for everybody. Robinhood, fucking Polymarket, everything. It's really easy for people to access these things. But yeah, so people know that they need to invest to do well. So that's the first cohort, the cohort which has a lot of discretionary income. And then the second cohort are people who don't have as much discretionary income, who aren't doing as well. And it's like, for those people, the people who are trying to escape the underclass, quote unquote, that's a lot of the reason crypto is so attractive to people, because it's the place where you can 1,000x your money, which is a lot faster than other areas, even though it's a lot riskier. The reason it's so attractive is because there's a lot of people who like, well, if I save $100 a week, I'm not going to be able to do a lot with that anyway. So like I need to increase the amount that I have saved somehow. I think that's why options have gotten really popular. The 0-day options are literally breaking records year over year. But yeah, investing is just going to become a lot more popular because it's a way for people to leapfrog their current like social status and social class. And I think the more educated that you are, is the higher chance you have of doing that.
Clearly, interest is at an all-time high, but still, like the content output is so small.
It's weird
and dim, in my opinion. It is weird, but I think it's because like I don't know, like
It's also not easy to do though. Like it's not easy to teach people how to trade.
It's not. It's also like you put yourself in a really compromising position. Like again, like I have put myself in this position and I like kind of threw myself in front of all this crypto shit. And like it was obviously massively risky and like went very wrong in a lot of ways. That was another thing I noticed on his stream. And like I've kind of always known this, and I'm sure you feel this and can relate to this too. But like the word crypto, like we were talking about
it's so negative.
We were talking about Zcash. Zcash came up on the conversation. Yeah. Bitcoin, Hyperliquid. He asked me what I liked in crypto, and I brought up Hyperliquid. And the chat was spamming like scam. Hyperliquid's a scam. Like because it's crypto. But it's the average person. I think it's something that the average person on CT and in crypto like fails to realize maybe is that I feel like the word crypto is synonymous with the word scam. Unfortunately,
really
to
bad.
The average person, it's like the sentiment around it is so incredibly negative to the point where, again, people could scam next to something like Hyperliquid or scam next to something like Zcash. It's like such a silly fucking retarded thing to even, you know what I mean? Like, how do you even entertain something like that? How do you respond to something like that? Like,
well, it's because
how do we combat that? Because that's a real fucking problem. Like, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's on people like us with platforms to explain the differences in like technologies. Because when you have transformative technology that's really innovative, there's always going to be bad actors that come and use it for X, Y, and Z. Same thing happened with the internet. Like there were certain things on the internet that weren't necessarily good things that people watch and people consume. But with the internet, obviously, there were a ton of great companies that came from that. Crypto's the same way. It's like stablecoins are going to transform how people send money back and forth across the globe a lot cheaper, a lot faster, going to transform how businesses interact. There's literally an act in Congress right now, which is the Clarity Act. They're focusing on how best to integrate them with our existing financial system. That's one of the biggest things that crypto's accomplished in the past like decade or so. That's huge. Perps, which is hyperliquid, are going to be huge. How people speculate on all these assets. I think for anybody who's traded on hyperliquid or traded on like Fidelity, it's a way, way, way better experience trading on hyperliquid, being able to trade 24/7 in a asset, leverage on that asset. You don't have to wait for the stock market to open or close. You get access to everything. And you can also have margin with the rest of your portfolio. Super easy if you want to go trade stuff on another, or like use a lending and borrowing platform that's also on hyperliquid. You can do that. If you want to trade perps, you can do that. If you want to trade spot, you can do that. So all these things in one place, I think is one of the advantages of like open blockchain technology, and some of the advantages of decentralized perps platforms over the existing platforms that people use. And I think the volumes in retail trading are only going to go up on these platforms. But yeah, it's hard to say crypto does not have scams, because it does have scams, and there are a lot of
I said that on the stream too. I said
coins that go down, but like that's part of it though. Yeah, that's part of the process. And then there are things that existed in 2017, and it's not even like people were trying to scam. It's like they're just failed projects. A lot of startups fail, and if you're working in one of the most like newest industries, obviously going to be a lot of failures. I remember in 2017,
that's why is venture capital a scam?
Yeah, right. Like they missed what 8 out of 10 times. People don't call VCs a scam.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, in like 2017, one example I had. I don't know if you guys remember Monaco, and actually Monaco's actually a decent one because they're now crypto.com. But Patientory was this coin in 2017. You probably won't know it if you weren't like on Bittrex back then. But they were a coin.
There might be one person watching that.
Yeah, that knows what that is. But they were like, that was a coin that was dedicated to trying to like put medical records on chain and do stuff around that. And it's like the founder was a like real founder in her field. I think she was a woman in her field, accomplished in her field, and she was trying to do something new. It just didn't work out. The same way that like the Hyperliquid founder, Jeff, he tried to make a predictions market platform before like prediction markets even blew up. Like there's a lot of failures that happen in crypto, but that doesn't mean that crypto's a scam in general. There's a lot of technology that's going to underpin a lot of important applications going forward. I think Polymarket is a great representation of that with how well they've done in areas outside of crypto.
I mean, so you said in the last episode, let's just watch the clip. Let's watch the thanks, screen share. Yeah, right here. Let's watch this.
I tried to cook
me, bro. Like 2025, I sold a lot of crypto early 2025 and really took some time off from markets because I realized when I do well and make some money in markets, I always overtrade after if I don't step back and like step away. So 2025, I did step away from trading, and I missed a fuck ton going on with the AI trade and stocks.
Well, yeah, stocks have like dramatically outperformed crypto in the last 2 years. Crypto is like the worst thing you could be in for the last 2 years. Crypto's fucking cooked dead. Like it's been miserable. I mean, yeah,
it has though. It really has.
Do you own? How do you feel about Bitcoin? How do you feel about crypto, Ansem? Oh no.
That's so fucking funny,
bro. It's tough. It's tough for me because like I have loved and do love crypto so much. It's been like such a core part of my personal life and just my professional life.
But listen, don't give us the fucking PR answer.
I'm not.
Do you own Bitcoin right now?
I don't own any Bitcoin right now.
That is.
I had to drag that out of you.
You did. I didn't want to say it, bro. I really was trying not to say it. I was trying not to say it.
I do think it's down a lot, and I do think it's like not a great place to be selling if you do have some. But I just think that.
See, at least I said it's not a great place to be selling. At least I said that. It was before.
I mean, and you said you love crypto, whatever. Nothing that we said was wrong. And listen, let me go ahead and on the record say I do own crypto. I'm honestly way over invested in crypto, and I have been for the last 2 years. I am one of those salty motherfuckers who watch the stock, the price of stocks skyrocket and outperform crypto by every metric the last 2 years. I own a fuck ton of Bitcoin. I own a fuck ton of Hyperliquid, and I own a 7-figure CryptoPunk portfolio. I own 7 figures worth of NFTs in 2026.
Bro. That's crazy.
It's fucking insane. I'm still bullish. I'm not selling them. And I love crypto too. A part of me obviously loves crypto too. But nothing that we said was wrong. Like
it wasn't.
Stocks have dramatically outperformed crypto, and sentiment is fucking generally negative. And I mean, even when you do get shit right, even when you do get calls right nowadays, they'll find a way to fucking discredit or pull it from. They said you lied. They said, Ansem,
yeah, that was crazy, though.
You straight up lied. You fucking lied about buying Solana at $1.50. I saw it all over my timeline. I saw a bunch of tweets about it. You lied about buying Solana at $1.50. What do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, bro, I think it's crazy because that's literally what I'm known for on CT. That's the only reason I got any followers at all on my account. I was like, I have the chart and I have all the posts about it. One of the things I was doing really well in 2020 and 2021, I was like, yo, whenever I have a good trade idea and I'm like confident in it, I'm going to share it and I'm going to document it in real time. So you have the crazy part is I was talking to Jeremy when I was thinking about investing in Solana. Jeremy's actually the reason I even invested in Solana in the first place. He was bullish on Serum. Serum, which if you guys know back then, it was like the decentralized version of FTX was Serum. And he was like, I'm super bullish on SBF. ETH is too slow. I think Serum is going to be the one that we invest in and go hard and go heavy in. He was pilling me on Serum, and we had a group chat on Telegram. It was like Serum and something else. But I started looking into it more, and I was like, bro, I think the trade is Sol. I don't think the trade is Serum. I think the trade is Sol. And that's when I started looking more into Solana. Yeah, this post is from literally December 31st, 2020. This is when I still was trading on FTX.
And this is what you responded to. This is what you responded to Beanie with. Beanie said something about Ansem's supposed claim to fame. And Beanie, for those who are watching who don't know, Beanie's a big crypto guy, big.
He's a big NFT guy. Big
NFT guy, big crypto guy. And he's been around forever. And yeah, he said Ansem's supposed claim to fame is that he apparently bought Solana at 150. Surely he can provide some proof of it, because I don't remember him being in crypto 2020. And it certainly wasn't any public call to buy Solana at those prices. Furthermore, he had no following then. You sent him a tweet from 2020.
I was like, bro, I have the tweet. I have the post. I have all of it.
What was the price of Solana at this point too?
It's if you click the screenshot, you'll see it because it's timestamped. I think it's like $1.47. That's the BTC chart. That's BTC again. Yeah, like 147.
Yeah, $1. So $1, quite literally $1.
Yeah, my bad.
Lower than $1.50.
My bad. My fault.
Lower than $1.50.
But yeah, so that trade, and if you go, I don't know if you can pull up the thread, if the actual thread. But there's like hella posts in the thread. Like I go through it. I said when I was selling some. I said when I took some off. Like the entire trade is documented. I remember the one that got a lot of interactions was like when it was around $4. And it was sitting right under its old all-time high. Yeah. So yeah, you could go. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, the whole trade, and people were like, bro, there's no way you're just gonna keep updating this. It was crazy because Solana did so well. It was one of the only coins that kept going up and kept outperforming while everything else even wasn't doing that well. Because in DeFi, a lot of the DeFi coins topped in like February of 2021. And then Solana just continued doing well that year. But yeah, that was why I got followers in the first place. I didn't have any followers. He's right. When I posted it, I had like 1,000 followers. But yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we kind of signaled the bottom. People, you know.
We did. We definitely did.
Rathburn literally live tweeted this last show. So wouldn't it be funny if we all bought Bitcoin right when Ansem said he doesn't? That's kind of low key what happened.
All time, bro.
Shit's been ripping. I know the markets took a hit today.
Yeah, let me pull up. Let me pull up the charts. Let me pull up.
Run it. Because you officially do own some crypto now outside of Hyperliquid, because we did talk about Hyperliquid last.
Yeah, I do own some shit. I bought some new shit. Yeah, so this is just a chart of Bitcoin and the Q. So QQQ, which is like the index of all the tech stocks. If you look at how Bitcoin has performed since I think it's like last April. So last April was when like the tariff shit was going on. Trump rolled it back. I was like, we cancel whatever. And then stocks ripped and everything ripped after that. So in April of 2025, Bitcoin hit like 75K. Crypto has done compared compared to just tech stocks. And this is the index. I mean, this is not even like SanDisk, which is up 30x, or like the top performers, which are up even more than just the index. But crypto has lagged a ton. And it's pretty clear that like the best risk on trade has been stocks adjacent to the AI build out and the AI boom rather than crypto, which is fine. I mean, I think what I want to get across to people who are trading crypto is like, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be trading crypto. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be paying attention to crypto. It just means you have to be a lot more selective which assets you're buying and which assets you're holding long term. And it means that you also should be spending time looking at stocks and researching stocks. Like there's no reason if you're trading Bitcoin, trading ETH, trading Solana, you can't trade Nvidia or Google or like SanDisk or any of those things.
Trade everything, baby.
Trade everything.
Polymarket. Use code Bubble.
What is it? Bubble 20, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Bubble 20. But yeah, so I just want to say like the core messaging I wanted to get across is you should be trading everything. Like you shouldn't pigeonhole yourself into one asset class because you can miss out on a ton of things. Currently in crypto, there are some plays that I do like. I like Zcash a lot. I think that Zcash is in a really good position for a few different reasons. One of the main reasons I think is that Bitcoin currently has an issue with the quantum situation. So Google, the super smart engineers at Google are projecting that quantum is going to impact things a lot sooner than they did before. I think they were estimating like around 2030 now, which is in a new paper they put out. By the way, in the paper that they put out, they didn't want to put all of the information out because they didn't want like nefarious parties to have access to it. So there's actually some of it is retracted and private, even in the paper. Some of it's encrypted. And one of the ways that I think Zcash is a good trade right now, it's quantum resistant. It's also private. And another issue that Bitcoin has had and does have currently is it's so institutionalized now. It's attached to Saylor. I think it's also attached to the US. But one of the core principles of crypto, one of the core principles of like a lot of the OG cyberpunks was they wanted money that was not, that could not be co-opted by any one nation state or any one party or any one person. And I think Zcash is very reflective of that in that it hasn't been institutionalized in that way yet. And the past 10 years, I think it launched in 2016, you've had a lot of the OG crypto people accumulating. Like there was nobody who was concerned about Zcash until maybe like last year. At all the past crypto cycles, Zcash was laughed at because it underperformed so aggressively. Like if you look at
what was your tweet yesterday? You said Zcash is Bitcoin if it was quantum resistant.
Quantum resistant and private. It's a quantum resistant and private complement to Bitcoin.
So do you genuinely like it better than Bitcoin?
As a trade right now, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, you were pretty fucking bullish on that call 2 days ago. And I mean, it's up fucking, I don't even know. It's up like 50% since then. We were talking about it. Was it like 450? What's it at right now?
It's at, yeah, it's at screen? 5. Yeah, I'm about to pull up. I'm gonna share my screen. It's at 560.
There you go. I did it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's at 560. So yeah, it's up quite a bit. And I asked you straight up, I said, should I fire on this? And you're like
fire right now.
Yeah, I really think you should. And I had this fucking idea of doing it on stream, and like we all liked the idea of doing that because it would make for good content. I was talking about firing 500 bands into it live.
Yeah.
After talking to a couple other friends, I don't think opening positions and closing positions live is a good idea. I just think it's minus EV. I don't think anything good could come from that, especially for me. If I learned anything on the fucking Aiden Ross stream, it's like, don't buy shit live. So yeah, I don't know, but this is fucking.
Yeah. So this is Bullpen. This is my application for people who don't know, but you can trade literally anything here. So this is Zcash. We currently have Hyperliquid integrated on the back end. And they listed it honestly at a great time. It's like it topped, I think, around 700 in last year around November. Then it pulled back a lot. And then these guys listed spot. So you can buy spot Zcash on Bullpen now. And it's up like 2.5x since April. Up like 2x in the past week. I honestly think it's going to consolidate here around like 450, 500. And I think it's going to keep going up. It's only around $9 billion market cap right now. It's super, super cheap. compared to a lot of the other coins, and it has a great narrative behind it. It's already has momentum, and it's by far the like best performer in crypto the past year. It was like $30-$40 last year before a lot of core technological upgrades got pushed through, which is the Takian upgrade. If you don't need to know exactly what it is, essentially it just made how wallets sync and how you can send transactions on the network a lot faster. The Zashi wallet has been great for Zcash. It's a lot more usable. Near has also built a bridge so you can easily access Zcash from other blockchains. It's honestly in a great spot right now. I think the guy, Sean Bo, which is one of the main Zcash developers, is doing a great job, and he's also been a great evangelist. Mert has also been a great evangelist. One of the smartest people in crypto, I would say. He's a big Solana guy, also a big Zcash guy.
We should see if he'll come in for the second guest, like just a random, like come in.
He said Mert said he would come on. This week is tough because of like the conference and shit, but he said he would come on. But yeah,
I feel like we should have a last minute like crypto guy come on, like somebody from CT.
Like today, we could see.
Yeah, in place of Tristan.
Let me check the comments or somebody wants to pop
or whoever. Yeah, whoever wants to pop in.
But yeah, we're actually gonna do. I know you talked a little about trading on stream and like your concerns with that. We're actually gonna do a competition on Bullpen. So if you want to trade against me, then you can beat me in a trading comp. We're gonna be hosting that pretty soon. Launching it, planning next week. So if you want to win up to 100K, you think you can beat me in a trading competition, it'll be hyperliquid perps. That's like, if you want to trade stocks, you can trade stocks. If you want to trade crypto, you can trade crypto. If you want to trade pre-IPO stuff, you can trade that. So basically anything available on Bullpen, which is essentially everything, we're launching that. So if you do think that I'm faking all my trades, you want to trade against me, that'll be next week.
Over 4 weeks. Self-funded, 25K. Everybody starts with 25K, and whoever makes the most money in the 30 days.
Exactly. Yep.
We should talk about this with Miz because this is what he's doing. It's not. His bankroll 300 bands, but he's investing.
Does he do crypto stuff, or is he's doing mostly stocks?
Yeah, he's doing all stocks. I don't think he's doing any crypto.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
He's doing no crypto, but I'm sure you have like some sort of strategy because obviously the way that you would invest to make money over the course of a month is much, much different than how you would invest just normally with no strings attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Super interesting. It's cool. It's funny because me and the boys, like all the guys I used to live with, the finance guys I used to live with, talked about this. Like, because I remember I would walk into like Frank's room in Thread and Malcolm, and like these guys were like so plugged in, and like the comms, like as things are happening and as coins are getting deployed and tweets are happening, like it sounded like and looked like fucking esports. Like it sounded like, and looked like professional gamers. Like I couldn't fucking believe it. And then you would see like all these like old Fortnite pros, like Orangey's his history and roots in Fortnite, and like Scented, I think, is an old Fortnite pro, right? And there's like, I don't know, like there's a direct parallel between like professional gamer and good trader, at least like Solana, like trench trader, like that.
Yeah.
There's something real to that. And I thought it would be really, really cool to watch something like that along those lines. Cause it's like, it was really entertaining to watch. And there's clearly people who are good at it. Like it's
bro, it's like a real. It's like the quick twitch muscles. Honestly, bro, the youngins this cycle crushed it. All the FNF groups. What does that stand for? FNF, friends and family, right?
Friends and family, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of FNF groups that popped up this cycle. A lot of young kids that like came into crypto like through Solana and meme coins and pump fund and all that. And they were like, bro, we're gonna get a core group of like the best traders on chain or perps or whatever it is. And we're just going to lock in 24/7. Like we're literally going to no life this shit 24/7. We're not going to miss anything. Because the thing with crypto is like there's so many coins that launch every day. There's so many narratives going on. There's so much happening all the time that if you're trading in a group, it's a lot easier to catch things and be like aware of what's going on than if you're just trading it by yourself. And I think a lot of the youngins realized that and did really well this cycle capitalizing on that.
And that, again, that doesn't surprise me because young people are the best professional gamers too.
Yeah, 100%.
The best pro in CS is that one kid. What's his name? It's fucking Donk or whatever. Dink Donk. He's like one of the younger guys. Obviously, all the fucking Fortnite pros are like young. Like they're really, really young, sharp. Like they're fucking... their response time is so fucking cracked. And these kids grew up on screens and on the internet. So it's like second nature to them. You know what I mean? That's all they know. It's really interesting. Yeah, the comms around it, it's crazy. That's gonna be cool. We're gonna have to follow along with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick, and it's cool because like this is. I don't know how we timed it the way we timed it, but I feel like there's a lot of interesting shit that just like popped up the last week out of nowhere that like wasn't really going on before. I know also something interesting, I think there's a few other things interesting that have happened that like are tradable right now. Outside of Zcash, another really interesting project that has been doing well, this project called Venice. So it's Venice AI. I wish I would have caught the bottom on this and bought this. I've been long list. VVV, yeah. So it's a project.
Share your screen.
Let me pull it up. It's a project by let me see. But yeah, it's
there we go.
Oh, this is that's something different. This is Crypt. This is cool too, so I can talk about this. So this is Collector Crypt. So Collector Crypt is like a TCG trading card game or trading card app. What they do is they are like buying as you know, like the trading cards have been doing really well. There's certain cards, they're like valued at whatever price. And they're essentially an application that is on the Solana blockchain. And they have like the gacha where it's like you unlock packs and you get certain cards and you can choose to either keep the cards or sell them back. But the way that they're set up, they've actually been doing really well, like revenue wise. It's one of the only applications on Solana around that's doing great and trending up into the right. Blockworks has actually done a great job of covering them. But yeah, this chart basically shows their gross revenue. They've made close to, I think, 20 mil, like at their peak 1 week in March. And this guy basically wrote a post on it, pulling everything up. But yeah, like this on-chain, this is like a riskier one because it's smaller market cap. But it's one of the ones that does have
what
real
users.
Cap? It's like, what is it? I think it's like, I think it's around 20. No, I think it's around 30 mil market cap now. But the like FDV is a lot higher because they do have unlocks around investors. That's the one like bearish thing about this coin. They do have unlocks coming from investors. But yeah, I was gonna pull up hold on. I can pull it up.
Zcash is at 9 Bs.
Zcash is 9 Bs, yeah. 13, not 30 mil. I didn't say B. Did I say B? Yeah, mil.
No, you said 30 mil.
But yeah, Venice. So Venice AI is a platform by the guy Eric Voorhees. So Venice AI is essentially, it's a private inference platform. So you can access all of the top like state-of-the-art models. You can access all the best open source models. But through Venice, it doesn't store like any of your information with those actual models. So it's private in that way. And that's like their main hook. They've done really well. They have like over 2 million users. I think they have like 50K daily actives on their app. And they're making money from the subscription. So you subscribe to Venice just as you would subscribe to like one of the other models like Claude or ChatGPT. And then they use the models on the back end. And there's like different pro versions that they have of the subscription where you get access to different things. But one of the cool features of Venice that I thought was interesting is they have a second token that's called Diem. And the second token called Diem is essentially if you have one Diem, you get to use $1 of compute per day for that one Diem that you have. And the way that you get access to this Diem is by staking VVV and then locking VVV. So like for people who are spending a fuck ton on compute every day, if you just hold Diem, then you can use that compute that they're giving you access to on the Venice platform instead of like I keep hitting my my limit on Claude. So it's like if you hold Diem, you get access to this amount of compute in perpetuity. So that's every single day you get access to that much compute. So it's a really interesting model. I think it's honestly attracted a lot of people to stake VVV. Right now, there's like 30% of the supply staked. And the inflation, I think, for staking VVV is like 18% right now, and they're paying it out in the token. But yeah, it's an interesting protocol at the intersection of crypto and AI. And we don't have a lot of like real protocols there in the crypto and AI space that aren't vapor and are actually doing well and are actually accomplishing things. And the guy, Eric Voorhees, has been in crypto a really long time. Great founder. This project has been around, I think, for a year. I want to say it's on mostly on the tokens on base. I think I want to say it's on base.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You guys got your tickers.
Yeah, I gave 3 tickers. That's 3 tickers.
It is Zcash, VVV, and Diem.
And cards.
And cards.
Yeah.
And cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that being said, lot about crypto there. Really thick, deep shit. Do you still think AI outperforms crypto?
I
Bitcoin
do
specifically?
I think AI outperforms the majors. So
yeah, we talked last week about Anthropic over Bitcoin. Can we pull that up, the Polymarket?
We did talk about, what was that like 20%?
Yeah, I think it was like 22%.
I still think I still think you bet it, by the way.
Production, pull it up. Pull up the updated. Oh, it's at 50 now. Will Anthropic flip Bitcoin by December 31st? Now it's full. That's more appropriate, by the way. 20% was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's trading over $1 trillion in like whatever the secondaries are now.
1.2. It's like creeping up quickly.
I think honestly the only thing with this is like if it is going to IPO this year, I think they will IPO this year. They just have so much hype around them. Even Semi-Analysis, which is like the best research firm on the AI stuff, they just put out a report saying that their ARR is actually 44 billion now instead of 30 billion as it was like a month ago. So they're still inflecting up. They're doing a great job at like not just the consumer side, but also the enterprise side. So I think there's kind of two ways that the labs are profiting right now. Is like the consumer side, which is people like us, obviously retail, using the chatbots to do using Claude Code, like using Codex, whatever. For Anthropic, they're also focusing a lot on providing systems to existing businesses. Like when they currently have Mythos, like their Mythos model, they said found a lot of like 0 days in software. And so they had to release it to like a lot of the biggest tech companies because they were afraid of just putting it out to the public. But they're doing a really good job of focusing on the enterprise side and like trying to help businesses optimize their workflows and everything on that side. I think Anthropic is going to be a great launch. I do think that when you have Anthropic, you have SpaceX, you have OpenAI, if all those were to IPO at the same time sometime this year, it's like hard for me to not see how that's some kind of local top on everything. It's just like these companies went from 0 to $1 trillion in like 5 years, which is unheard of. It's the fastest route. And I do think that the AI, like the progress you're seeing in all the models is definitely real. I'm not going to say it's not real. It's going to continue to be beneficial, but it's hard for me to say that that's not going to be some kind of local top in markets when that does happen.
You had an interesting take, like a more social take on like an optimist take on AI. We talked about it like in the prep for the show, was something along the lines of like, you expect AI to 10x human efficiency, and the result of that, rather than being like job loss, it being an opportunity for people to be paid more for their job. You want to get into that?
Yeah, let me pull it up. I have like a couple clips around it I want to play. Yeah. This is another one.
Let's turn.
So yeah, what I was saying is that a lot of the discussion around AI so far has been that it's going to take everybody's jobs. Like, and I think the focus should not be on how people are going to get displaced. AI is going to make everybody 10x more efficient at whatever it is that they're doing. And so if you are one of those people who is concerned about your job and whatever profession it is that you're in, you need to make sure that you are getting up to speed and getting an expert at using AI in your field as fast as possible, because there's going to be some people who choose not to do that, and there's going to be some people that do choose to do that. I think that in a few years, people are going to look at using AI in the same way as it is like being adept at using the internet. And obviously, it's like somebody who knows how to use the internet is a way better candidate for a job than somebody who doesn't know how to use the internet. And I think you're going to look at AI the same way going forward. So I think it's like whenever you have these technological revolutions or technological innovations, huge things, breakthroughs happen, you create actually a lot more jobs that you couldn't even foresee them being there because you didn't have the tech and you didn't have like the wherewithal to know what's coming. And I think AI is going to do that more so than like displace a lot of people. But I think the reason that you're seeing these conversations happen is, one, because like it's in their best interest to get people to believe that these models are life-changing, game-changing, and they're trying to IPO soon, so obviously it's important for them. But then it's also like it gives teams a reason to cut bloated workforces. And it's like during COVID, there were a lot, there's a lot of overhiring that happened with a lot of tech companies, and there's a lot of people kind of in spots that didn't necessarily need to be there even before AI came. Like, I'll play this clip and kind of see what he's talking about.
Into the economy now, you've predicted AI will disrupt 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs over the next 1 to 5 years. What does that mean for the future of work, right? If you have a child who's graduating high school, thinking about college, thinking about a trade school, what should the future of America be looking to right now to make sure they have a job down the line?
So, as you said about the essay as a whole, I'm concerned and I'm also hopeful. I think the concern part of it is we've seen technological, disruptions before. People went from farming to, factories, and factories to knowledge work, and the computer and the internet caused lots of disruption. And, that caused disruption for a time. And then people adapted. My concern with AI is it's not different in kind, but the disruption is maybe deeper. It's coming at us faster, right? AI can do a wider range of things. My concern, as well as my excitement, is AI can do a wide variety of knowledge work. So it can do entry-level law work. It can do entry-level finance. It can do entry-level consulting. And so my worry is exactly, if you're someone, kind of coming up in the world and just starting your career, AI is coming at multiple points, and it will make people a lot more productive. But I think, that we can't deny that it will also eliminate jobs and probably a large number of them. And so what we need to do is, as fast as possible, adapt people to using AI and find ways to create jobs faster than we destroy them. I don't think there's a guarantee that we can do that, but the better we can do it, the more we'll reap the benefits and the less we'll have to deal with the harms. So, to get concrete, my advice would be, one, of course, learn to use AI. That's
yeah. I mean,
Bingo.
he kind of says it at the end.
Learn to use AI. It's really the gist.
Yeah, for sure.
All you should take away from that is, it's going to take your job. And the only way to secure your job is to know how to direct it and know how to work with it and know how to use it as a tool. Again, we use the law student in their last semester of law school. Like, Claude does your job better than you right now, today. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're fucking cooked, fried. You need to spend time with AI all day, every day. I mean, I read this thing, and I'll pull it up. I read this thing about podcast. I mean, content. It's coming for content too. It's coming for everything. It's going to literally disrupt and change everything. Yeah, let me share it. Right here. Yeah, it's there's a Bloomberg one, but there's a paywall on that, so we'll just use this. Approaching half of new podcasts appear to be AI slop. And it's 39%. Yeah, 39% of all new podcasts are being dubbed AI slop and just are fully AI.
They're like AI, like fully AI generated?
Yes, fully AI generated.
Damn.
The people still talking about the AI slop, making 6-7 jokes. No, it's coming for everything, right? And like, I think we're a pretty good example of two guys that, I know you spend a lot of time with AI. I spend a lot of time with AI. We go into a lot of the prep work. I'll even share this, like right here. Like, I built this out with fucking, with AI, and we share the notes, and here I have fucking, this is me and you, but this is like open Claw, and I talk to Claude all day, and I'm trying to stay ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. And I think it's really, really important. I think that this number likely, this 39% number likely fucking, gets closer to 99.9% when it's all said and done. Like, there's no fucking reason that it won't. And I think that's why.
I think it's definitely true. Like, people are going to be using it to generate info. It's like, but the ones that do the best are going to be the ones that like have original content, have original takes, and have original ideas for sure.
Well, that's what I think is interesting. And that's why I think like there is a right and a wrong way to do it. And I think the wrong way to do it is to just have like a fucking, to try to just, and I guess this might not be wrong. If you can farm ad revenue, if you can make money, if there's a market for it, if there's people to consume it, then fucking go for it, do it, print. But like the way that I think about things is in doing it the right way would be the way that we've talked about doing like our co-host. Like for everybody watching, like we have this vision and this idea of there being a third co-host almost, and it being like this off-screen, hyper realistic AI woman who's like ultra smart, can kind of help with the integrity of the show. Live, we could ask her, hey, Bubbles, what's the price of Solana? And she'll drop it to us or come in with a quick quip, and build some sort of social relationship between us, this AI co-host, and the audience. That's what's most interesting to me, is the relationship between human and AI as it relates to content. You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like? Performing that and like articulating that through content. I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And yeah, obviously all the efficiency, like helping with the integrity of the show and making it just a better show and producing the show with these tools is the obvious no-brainer one. But I do think there is a place for AI and content. I do think that generally the average person is most interested in that aspect of it, right? Like look at how everyone uses AI. They talk to it.
Yep.
You know, and like you can't ignore like your fucking the way that we're wired. Like when you're talking to something, you're emotionally invested, you're socially invested. There's a reason why people say thank you and please to fucking AI. There's absolutely no.
It's crucial, by the way.
There's literally no reason to do that. Like I think Sam Altman's come out and said like it costs us millions and millions of dollars when you guys say please and thank you. Like please don't say please and thank you. It's a waste of compute. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of resources. But we can't help ourselves because we're fucking humans, right? Which leads me to my other thing. Did you see this Brockman clip?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Gary Brockman talking about AGI.
Open AI guy, right?
Yeah. Let me. Yeah, this is it. Let's watch this. This is Gary Brockman. He's the president of OpenAI, one of the founders of OpenAI. He's still the president, right?
I think. I'm not sure.
One thing I have learned is that everyone has their own intuitions about what AGI is, and maybe you can view it as, like, according to my view of where we are, I think we're about 80% of the way there, in that we have models that are smart. They're very capable. They're able to, if you give...
Are they smarter than you?
I mean, they're certainly more capable than I am at writing software, right? If you give it all the context, then yes, I think that they're just so capable. It's really remarkable. Like, does anyone here feel better at writing software than GPT 5.4?
There's one fucking beer on the crowd.
All right, writing kernels. So even there, we're seeing massive gains from, exactly. And for some of our internal results, we're really seeing if you pour the right kinds of, if you have the right setup for your problem, then you're able to get really massive results out of very low level, even low level tasks. One thing I have learned is that everyone has their own intuitions.
Again, all the responses kind of being about the 20%, because this last little bit, the last 20% is being human at a keyboard. I kind of think that's like the gist of everything that we're talking about here.
Right.
Is like the relationship that you have with this tool. If you have no relationship, you're in a pretty fucked up spot.
100%.
Because again, we got the president and one of the founders of OpenAI talking about being 80% of the way to AGI. AGI is going to be infinitely smarter and more capable than what we're used to and accustomed to now, even with Claude and fucking OpenAI. And these tools are obviously already fucking massively capable and super fucking ultra smart and smarter than every human being on the planet. So it's like, I don't know, when that happens, it's just kind of that's the interesting part to me, is that last 20% being about being human. And like at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when this tech can quite literally do every single thing that you can do better than you, where's the value? And I think the value is in just being human, like being the best human that you can be, and having the best, strongest relationship with AI, you know?
Yeah.
It's like gladiator school, baby. The number one guy just knew how to use his sword the best way. It's kind of the same shit, right? At the end of the day, it's like those are going to be the ones who survive. Yeah, which obviously always loops back to AI. It's coming. It's taking over. It's taking over everything. How do we make money on it? How are we feeling?
Yeah, I've been.
And we got MizKif joining in 2 minutes, so you can maybe briefly talk about these next two.
He's a what? He hasn't hopped in the wait. Okay. He said
he's live. Top, have him do it.
He said hop in the tell him to hop in the waiting room. They said.
I can just call him.
Yeah, bro. We should give him some stock picks. The AI stock picks.
Yeah, we have a couple, right?
Yeah.
We definitely will. Guys, go tell MizKif we're calling him and to join the stream. Join. Join.
It's a good name.
MizKif?
Wait, so what's the difference between Kick and Twitch? Like, why do people switch over?
See, it's so funny. We're on a live stream.
Kick.
That question you should ask.
Tom, right?
You should ask Miz. You should ask Miz.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know. I like the suit. Suit's good.
Check phone. Everybody's telling him check phone in the chat. Spam his chat, guys.
Check your
Let's get him in here. So
MizKif, check your phone. He kind of looks like Rasmer.
Yeah, you're here. What's good, baby? This is gonna be a fucking crazy conversation. This is where I can have fun. This is where I can have fun. I can fucking snap back into myself. This is so funny. And I love MizKif's chat. I'm just gonna look at Miz's chat. Miz, your chat's great, and I had so much fun yesterday.
Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. My chat is probably the easiest chat to ever deal with. They're fun and they're good people. They're good people. They know that not everyone's perfect. Unlike other chats who have to.
I am fucking perfect. Fuck that.
No, yeah, I was talking about just me. Rasputin.
Right.
You are perfect. You are perfect. But yeah, they were just talking about me.
So wow, this is a real hodgepodge mishmash of people. I can't believe this screen is real right now, to be honest with you. Ansem, MizKif, Banks. I kind of already introduced what you're doing with your stream, Miz, with the 300K 30-day thing. You want to just introduce yourself to Ansem and also his viewers, kind of talk a little bit about yourself, your history in content and media, why I felt it would be interesting to have you on the show, and then maybe get into the 300K 30-day thing.
Yeah, so my name is MizKif. I literally just started streaming just a few months ago on Kick, and I've grown a big group of viewers that follow me for a bunch of stuff. I have some people follow me sometimes when I go to the grocery store, and right now I'm doing stock trading with my chat. So I personally believe that the finance area is littered with people that are just trying to constantly make money off of their viewers. They are constantly trying to sell them courses that and usually why people sell courses is because they're not good at what they do. They have to sell courses because they are trying to make money from the course, right? If they were so good, they wouldn't need to do that. So my plan and objective with this is to No, yeah, my bad. I just heard an echo now.
Yeah, what? Yeah, Ansem, mute your thing. Yeah. He pulled up your stream. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You can keep that open. It helps me. So my goal for my chat and my community is to teach them investing, to teach them just how compound interest works, how small investments over time, don't buy that Dutch Bros coffee. Don't buy that, OnlyFans for the day. Don't buy things that are just small little things that you add up, put it into the market, invest it over time. And, in 20, 30 years from now, you will have money. And you will be able to relax a lot more. And when you actually need the money for your kids' college funds or whatever it may be in that time, you can pay for it. Compound interest is something that I think a lot of people don't realize and see. And it's extremely valuable for kids and young adults to know and understand, and finance in general. So I don't need money. I mean, I really don't. Like, I make money. I've made money through Kick and other things, but I don't need more money.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't really, fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't need more money. I don't really,
Shut the fuck up.
No, I swear I've made money through kicking other things, but I don't need more money.
How much money have you made throughout the course of your career?
I'm sitting at like 20, close to 20 mil.
That's fine.
But here's the thing. Most of that, I would say 70% is made through the stock market. It's not made through my streams. I've lost money in a lot of my streams because I have to pay for legal cases. But
what's been your best investment to date? Not on your stream, not the 300K thing, but just in general.
Lexapro. No, I'm kidding. My best investment.
That's crazy.
Yo, does his mic suck for us? Can you change the output or whatever? Yeah, your mic.
Yeah, I got it.
Mic.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, make the mic better.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Damn.
You're good.
Better.
Yeah, this is much better.
No, that's fire. That's lit. That's a great. How long have you been doing the investment thing with your chat for?
I've been doing the thing with my chat now for how long have I been doing this? I've been doing this for 8 years, but I started doing this finance thing 3 days ago.
Yeah, the finance is what I meant.
How's it going? What's the flow looking like?
Well, I mean, the whole Iran thing that happened today kind of hurt us a little bit. We're still positive, depending on the second, but it's look, we're buying a lot today, so there's a lot. We spent over $100,000 today. So,
shit.
To answer your other question though, you said what was your best investment you ever had? Nvidia. I invested in Nvidia like 6 years ago. I've been investing in Nvidia for a long time. Recently, about a year ago, I invested into AMD. And they just had their earnings, which were fantastic. But there's one thing that I've invested in for almost a decade now that has made me almost 60% of that, 10 plus million that I've made in the stock market. And that's the VOO. So what I do is a very simple thing that anyone can do. I'm not a financial advisor, and you guys know it. It's super easy. The VOO is the Standard & Poor's 500 as an ETF. You buy it, and when the stock market, whenever it drops 1%, I always put money in every time. If it drops 1%, while everyone else is panicking, I buy more. If it drops another percent the next day, I buy more. And I did that since last year, and I do it every time. And my portfolio for the VOO is up over 100% over the last year. And it's just simple investment tricks like that, simple things that will make people rich. It can make people have money for their future. It can make viewers who are just sitting around watching, most streamers who are just like picking their nose, doing tier lists and crap that doesn't really matter. They can actually learn something and maybe use it and apply it to their life.
Well, this is kind of the entire point of this show that I'm trying to start in this community.
I love it.
I'm trying to curate. I want a small niche community of people who are interested in just like being better and learning things and having intelligent conversations or productive conversations. Productive is really the word. Like, it's a show about just being as productive as you possibly can with each day and with each move and everything that you do. And yeah, we are trapped in this weird streamer media content bubble, like brain rot, fucking crazy. I don't know. It's fucking insane. And we relate heavily on it. We talk privately a lot about it. Yeah.
The thing is, though, there is such a brain rot community of crap. But what's interesting is it's almost like the stock market over the last few years has been brain rotted. Companies move so much more nowadays from just tweets, random emotions, dumb shit, and
media attention. That's why it's so important.
And those things have moved the market in such fun ways. Like Trump is literally a meme, and he's fucking done insane things to the market on just dumb shit he said. And that's why there's a thing called taco, which I'm sure you guys know is like Trump always chickens out, right?
Yeah,
so you just buy when he pussies out, you buy. And that's what the thing is. That's what I'm saying. Is like the market is pretty fun to watch if you pay attention. It's not this boring thing if you get involved. And the chat can, it gets you more involved in the world. You can talk to people better. It can also make you motivated if you're investing more, right? It's like, hey, look, if I just put this money away, I have a goal of like $10,000 saved. That's awesome. And I did this before. I own a gym. I literally bought a gym with one of my friends to see if I can do it. And it was a brick and mortar. And can a streamer make a business was the idea. And I bought a gym, which fails 90% of the time. We actually made it successful, and it's still running, and it's profitable. And when I did that, I was learning business. My chat was learning business, but also I was generating money through streaming, and they were learning how to work out. They were learning how business works. They were learning how
to build a business. Yeah.
So it's wins all around, you know, instead of just like the daily stream crap where it's like, yeah, dude, let's just watch a streamer hit on a girl and then, you know, that's
farm it, have an opinion of it.
Right. It's like they've seen me do that for 7 years. Right. And I'm
you're
gay
still
now.
You're still fucking doing it. You fucked me, man. You fucked me. The biggest clip from yesterday's stream, me and you, was like you farming the rage thing. And I didn't even know it was happening. You're such a cocksucker for that. You really fucked me on that.
Wait, what?
Bro, what rage thing? Do I have to pull it up? I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
What are you pulling up her high school yearbook?
Dude, you're insane. Like you're actually insane. We're on Twitch. Don't get me fucking banned.
You're not gonna get banned, dude.
Let's watch this.
Dan Clancy loves me. You're good here.
3 million views, 10,000 likes, and there's a bunch of fucking like quote tweets that have just.
I'm Ricky. Pleasure. How old are you?
I'm not underage.
She's 19.
Brutal, man. Get the fuck off the stream.
No, I think it's fine to hang out with 19-year-olds when you're 31.
Do you?
Yeah.
I bet you do.
What's wrong with that? I think it's fine.
You guys.
Come here, sit on my lap.
Please, I'm begging
Come
you.
here.
I'm begging you guys don't.
Come here,
I
sweetie.
can't survive something like this. I can't.
Hey, he's talking to you.
I'm already on
He's
thin
asking
ice.
you to go on his lap.
And look at the FaZe Banks, uncomfortable, MizKif, shots fired, your rage, streaming, Yana, 19 years old. Half of this tweet I don't even fucking understand. First of all, I don't care to understand. I don't want to understand, but it's like, you're such a cocksucker, man.
Dude, you got to realize though, you looked good in the clip. I looked bad, right? Because I'm the one farming it. You're the one that stayed out of it. So
no, but then it gets quote tweeted, and it's like you're gonna act like you weren't fucking on Charlie D'Amelio when she was this and that, and then it fucking spirals out of control, and I'm just getting fucking the juices squeezed and sucked out of me. It's like I can't.
So she did suck the juices out of you.
You're an idiot. and this is why, by the way, you're very good at what you do, and it's interesting because you're a fucking streamer. You've been streaming for how long?
Is that 7, 8 years?
Yeah, like 8 years.
And you started out as Ice Poseidon's mod?
No, dude. I know.
So how did you get into streaming? How did you start? Like what was the?
He was Ice Poseidon's mod.
I was Ice Poseidon's cameraman.
So what's okay?
Who's Ice Poseidon? I don't know who that is.
There's a huge difference, and you don't this is why I understand streaming and you don't. There's a huge difference.
Who's Ice Poseidon?
Daddy. He's my. So basically, he's a streamer that he kind of was the creator of IRL. I would say, if you want to really describe him in a serious way, he's the creator of IRL.
Oh, okay.
Like he didn't create it, but he pioneered IRL to the point where it is where it is today. Like he's, in my opinion, I will say this very bluntly. I've always said this. He had the best streams of all time for 2018. If you were there, you know. It wasn't like streams are something you can walk away from and you can get the news. His streams were so good for just that 1 year or 2 years of content, you couldn't look away. Like it was better than television. It was better than anything on Netflix. It was the best content you can ever see. It will never be beat. I will say that every day. Ice Poseidon's 2018-19 era will never be beat in content. Speed, don't care who you are. His content.
A popular question that people ask streamers is like, who's the fucking Mount Rushmore of streaming? And I've always been confused as to why I never hear people say Ice. I never hear people say.
He's like Voldemort to a lot of people, right? Or people forgot about him.
Yeah, but you got to give credit where it's due, though.
And so. That's you were his cameraman following him, and then you learned how to stream, I guess, from him because he was the best at streaming. I know you said you made a lot from streaming, but you've invested that. So prior to me investing, I was a software engineer, but it would have been a lot easier if I had a lot larger capital, I guess, to start with. How did you make your money in streaming? Because I don't know much about stream culture. Is it from like the subs? Is it from like the sponsors? Is it from like, how does that work?
So I started, from Ice Poseidon holding his camera, I was already popular. I was making YouTube videos on streamers, and they were like documentaries, but they were mockumentaries. They were jokes.
Okay.
And they blew up, and then I flew out to do a video on him. Then he needed a cameraman, so I did it, and that's how that started. As for when it comes to that's how I learned, I'm gonna be real with you. I studied streaming for 5 years. I didn't watch streams really to enjoy them. I would watch streams to learn what they're doing and how I can do it better, because I knew one day I wanted to be a streamer. So I was learning by sitting there and being like, why does he do this? How does this work? He farms this. And I learned how to be a streamer and how to grow before I even knew ICE. But as for the idea of the money, where that came from, I didn't have any money when I started. I had like, when I actually flew to ICE, I went negative in my bank account. I had money in my stocks.
That's so raw.
Yeah, because this is a crazy story, but
I think it's a really important part of the come up for anybody. Like anybody's come up arc story, like it's really important to get really close to broke.
Yeah, I was
sure.
I was broke. YouTube was not paying me, and I was basically broke. I could take out from my stocks, but I didn't want to. So I'll give you the whole story in like 1 minute. In 2012 or 11, or whenever Wolf of Wall Street came out, I started getting involved in investing like 2 years before that. I was investing under my dad's account, and when Wolf of Wall Street came out, I knew that penny stocks would surge. So I started investing in weed stocks. Like these are random companies for weed because weed was getting legalized back then. And so I was like, I'm riding the hype. There was a guy on Twitter, his name was Wolf of Weed Street, that I followed, and everything he said would work. He would literally say, this stock is going to go to 60 cents. It would. This stock's going to go to 20 cents. He literally was never wrong because he was just pumping the fuck out of these stocks by buying in early, and it was illegal as shit.
Sounds like crypto.
Yeah, it was literally crypto before crypto, penny stocks shit. And I followed him on everything he did. And I got into his newsroom early. So I would get the shit early while everyone else was having to wait what he was going to say. And I had
you bought a course.
No,
you joined a paid group.
No, I got in for free because I was there early. Well, he started charging for $80. I was there early.
But you were in a paid group.
Yeah, I wasn't a paid group. Yeah, it was so, but this was like a 4-month thing. I went from $2,500 to like $140,000.
So the paid group worked.
Yeah, it worked. And then one day he was like, he said to short Tesla or something. Like he started getting out of the weed stocks and started getting to real shit. So I put like 30 grand into it before I got onto a flight. And by the time I got off the flight, it was at $0. And then basically everyone was like, all right, dude, this guy's done. And he deleted his shit. Everyone left the groups. And I remember there was this one guy who was there. He's
Exit
like,
scam. It's crazy.
He's like, I just put in $80,000 of all my retirement money into this, and I just lost it all.
That's so brutal.
No.
And I'm like,
no.
Wow.
So yeah, all said and done, the paid group was a
Success.
scam.
Oh.
Scam.
Well, for me, it was a success.
Yeah, I guess for you,
I guess it was. So what happened after that?
So then I had all this money, and I was investing into stuff. I've been investing into the VU for 10 years now from that. So I was investing. My friends were giving me money in college to invest with. My friend Dave gave me some money, so I invested for him. So I started investing into things in general. I was going to go work for Vanguard. Actually, I was in their red flag program. I don't remember what it was really called, but it was like for people that were like really, I had a 3.85 GPA, and I took their test and I got like almost 100. So I was going to go to like their best program to become a financial advisor. But when that happened, I was in a pool with my friends, and I was trying to entertain them. So I drank pool water and I swallowed it. And then a day later, I got really fucking sick. Yeah, I got really sick. And then I went to the hospital. I almost died because I got a heart virus. So I almost died. And then from this heart virus,
I have a 4.0 GPA. I fucking scored 100 on this crazy test. I went home and I drank pool water. Something's not adding up, brother.
I swear to God, this story is true. You can ask my chat. I have every reliable source in the world that this whole story is true. Everything I'm saying is factual. They've asked my parents. I have a virus called viral myocarditis, where basically I almost died, and I would have died.
You still have it?
You have it forever. I can randomly die.
Oh my God.
Viruses just don't go away. Yeah, I can randomly die. So I went to this doctor after all this, and the doctor traumatized me. It was the first time I ever felt trauma in my life. I go to the heart doctor, and he's doing his tests, and he's like, "You have viral myocarditis at such a young age." I'm like, "Yeah, it sucks." He's like, "Man, my friend just died from that." And I was like, I started crying. I let my dad screamed at the guy. I was about to fight him. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling a kid that your friend almost just died from that, and you think that's okay?" So I was like,
doctors are so cold, so brutal, especially the longer they've been in there. I have a similar story. was feeling lethargic and like just tired in my day to day when I lived at the original FaZe house in New York. I went to the doctor, told them, yo, I don't have insurance and like I don't have a ton of money right now, but I feel X, Y, and Z symptoms. And this guy fucking pilled me in the next 20 minutes into thinking that I could possibly have a brain tumor. He's like, I want to test for this, for that, blood work, whatever. Ran it up on me. All the tests and shit cost like 8-9 bands that I did not have. But this guy's telling me, this sounds like you might have a fucking tumor in your brain. And I'm like, what? I go home for a week and fucking panic. And yeah, that's horrible.
So I was about to go to this flag program at Vanguard, but I just had this heart virus, and it was in like 2 months I was going to start. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to take a fucking risk, and I'm going to see, because I've always loved entertaining. It's been what I've always been good at. But I took a lot of Adderall to be good at finance. Like I took a shit ton of Adderall. I don't know if you guys are sponsored by Adderall. It's a great company. So
we're sober over here, sober 3 years.
So I was heavy on Adderall, and that was also part of why I had a bad heart, because I took so much Adderall that it fucks your heart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a fucking risk. I'm young. Why don't I try this whole entertainment thing? And if it doesn't work, I'll go to the flag program next year. So I called my guy who was my manager for the Vanguard, and I said, hey, look, I want to do this, but in a year, I'm going to try this shit. He's like, all right, go for it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try streaming, YouTube, whatever it is. I thought about it, and I'm like, why don't being a streamer is impossible. Even back then in 2018, you're never going to make it starting at 1 viewers. It wasn't going to happen. But what if I get a name by making YouTube videos of the streamers? So I made a name by making videos about Ice Poseidon, and then they would react to it, and then their communities would sub. And I actually grew a YouTube pretty fast. I got up to like 1 million views a video. And then that's how I started streaming. So it's a whole crazy story. And then I started growing. I grew. And then false allegations ruined me. I grew. False allegations ruined me. And now I'm on a podcast with Banks. So that it's really just, but the thing is, you know, I'm a very tough guy. I'm very strong mentally. And I know that
you're a very resilient motherfucker. And that's another thing I really respect about you and appreciate about you. I appreciate it. It's good. Yeah. I'm the same way.
I'll never give up. And it's honestly, a lot of it is my chat. They've been there and they get it. And they know that I didn't do what has been said. But regardless of that crap, I want to do stuff that basically I had this whole career, and how I made a lot of my money was through investing. And you asked it before about how you make money in streaming.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot over the years. So the first like 10 years of streaming, which was like 2010 to 2020, it was all through donations. So there was this guy named Recful that basically started this, where you would get donations to your PayPal, and then an alert would pop up on your screen on the stream. So it'd say, hey, look, Brian donated $10. So Brian would donate because he wants to get his name on stream. And he would also donate to get recognition and be like, hey, look, this is, you know, I like your content. So that was how it was done for a while. Then subs came into play. So now people get subs, but even that's not as big anymore. The big thing that people make money on streaming is sponsors. So they'll get like a game sponsor. You can have a streamer that gets 20,000 viewers, and if they play a game, they'll get $20,000 an hour.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. That's how a lot of streamers make their money. A lot of girl streamers, I'm not trying to be sexist, they make their money through their OnlyFans and things like that, where they'll stream, they'll say, check out my socials, you'll go click it, you'll go to their OnlyFans, you'll pay like $500 to get down the rabbit hole. You ask constantly if they're going to finally send you the nudes that you asked for, and then it's just them in a bra. So
got you.
That happens a lot. And then that's really how a lot of content creators make money, is through that. But also there's advertisements on Twitch. So they run ads every hour. So I was running 8 minutes of ads an hour, and I was averaging like 15,000 viewers. So I was getting about like $900 an hour, $800 an hour just from those ads. So there's a lot of money to be made. It's very lucrative streaming because you're keeping someone's attention for so long, which is so hard to do nowadays.
Yeah.
But the real blow up and the real thing that was crazy money was COVID. I mean, dude, I was getting like $50,000 sponsors for an hour. It was
that's crazy. I thought there was a lot of wild shit going on during COVID when that shit was popped off.
Well, the thing is, they had nowhere else to spend money, and they have to spend money for the marketing.
Everybody was
and they were
online,
throwing it at streamers. I mean, and then that's when gambling companies blew up, right? So that's a whole different ballgame.
So the content, I guess, in a lot of the streams, I know you talked about gaming, you've talked about like lifestyle stuff. Are those the two main ones that people stream when they're talking about it? I know now you're doing the finance stuff, which is cool, very commendable, by the way. But I guess the content of a lot of the streams is mostly like what Speed does or like, yeah.
I would say Speed's an anomaly.
Yeah.
I think most streamers are lazy as hell. One in chat if you agree. Most streamers are extremely lazy and they don't want to innovate. Speed is an innovator.
Mm-hmm.
Most streamers got popular in a game, whether they were good at it or they were friends with someone. They had a peak 4 years ago and they're just still playing that game, right? Or they have a friend group they've had for 5 years and they don't want to let it go.
Well, it's in my opinion, what defines like a legacy creator, somebody who can exist over 10, 15 years is the pivot. Like a lot of people don't have the ability to pivot.
It's the risk and they don't want to take risks.
Yeah, people are one trick ponies. That is another huge contributor to that. But
yeah, like, for example, for me, I started off playing World of Warcraft. Then I went to Call of Duty. Then from there, I started bringing on girls. Then from there, I started bringing on girls. Then from there, I started bringing on Asian women. Right, I really learned my craft.
Brother, I walked in this motherfucker's crib yesterday, and I'm not kidding. This is real. I walk in that house that you're looking at right now. I ask where I can take a piss. Somewhere over there. Go over there. I start exploring this kid's crib. And I'm going around, and every fucking door I open, there's another Asian girl in it. There was like 6 Asian women like camped out of this house. By the way, it's like 3 p.m. Half of them are sleeping. I think one of them was chained by her neck to the wall. Like it was a fucking
what the
scene.
fuck?
It was a fucking weird.
Oh,
this fool's a weirdo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, different strokes for different folks, right? I mean,
you
that's
like
just
what you
how it
like,
is.
bro.
I mean, yeah, like.
This fool is a tier 1 gooner. Like you really are. You love that shit,
bro. He started with World of Warcraft, bro. Of course, he's a gooner.
Some people zap their dogs. I zap Asian women. Okay, like what do you want me to do? So, like,
that one's gonna fly right over Ansem's head. This is a Hassan Piker joke. This is like real deep.
Oh, I
shit.
did. No, I have. I saw the shit that went viral on it, and people were like upset at him for it, right? Because the dog was like twitching and shit.
Oh
God.
It was to me. It was a little.
Let's just leave this one alone, Miz. Let's not get too out of control in this stream, okay? It's a stream about money, attention, AI literacy.
I'm trying to learn, bro. I'm trying to learn about the streaming culture.
You don't want to. I promise you, brother, you're in the best spot you could possibly be in.
Oh yeah, if you want to learn streaming culture, I'm your guy. I can teach you. I know at the end. I mean, I made the videos on the streamers for the culture.
Wait,
I think you guys should talk way more over this next month.
I'm down. I'm definitely down. Bro, when you were playing World of Warcraft, I played World of Warcraft too, by the way. I played it a lot, actually. I played with my dad. I played like Arena and all that shit.
Oh, shit. What was your rating?
Like 2,200.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was good.
No, that's good. Wait.
I was young, though.
Did you see OnlyFans?
OnlyFans? Nah.
Hardcore WoW that blew up in the past 2 years?
Oh, what's that?
Basically, I started this whole meta called OnlyFans where I got a bunch of people together to start a guild where it was hardcore WoW. It blew up. It was the biggest thing on Twitch. It was everywhere. And we did it for 2 years. And someone in my chat saying, I did start it. I literally gave the idea to Soda and said, no, you need to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader because you are the best leader for this because it makes the most sense. I did start it. And I did. Chance even admitted I did.
That's legendary.
Because you know what I do? I do innovative stuff. Does it always work? Yes. But
bro, no, I played hella WoW. I had twinks at every level. You know, you had like the 19, 29, 39, 49, 59. I had that, the whole shit. I played it nonstop, bro. Like a lot. What was your main?
Hold on, I'm looking at my mod. My main was I'm a resto druid or druid in general.
Oh, okay. Fire. I was a fucking ice mage.
Oh shit, you're a mage? Oh, so yeah, you're 2200. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I was a resto druid.
Oh, that's fire.
Yep. But yeah, no, I started with WoW, then I went to other stuff. I really have been just chatting for a lot of years, but I've done a lot of things. I made this org blew up called OTK. And it was the biggest org on Twitch.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, we were huge for like 3 years. We basically ran everything.
Dude, we have such a similar arc. It's so weird.
Yeah, we do.
It's so weird, man. And I really, again, I might be the only person on the internet prepared to like glaze you, but like you deserve so much more than what you've been given as far as like the credit stuff. Just know I understand like how that shit feels to innovate things, to just kind of do things because you love to create things, you love to put things out, and just be misinterpreted and misconstrued. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Even the OnlyFans thing, like I've seen that. I've never played WoW a day in my life, but I saw that with the pirate software guy and kind of all like I saw this resurgence of like popularity around World of Warcraft and all the drama and all that stuff. And I had no fucking clue you were anywhere even near that, let alone started it, you know?
No, I fully had the idea. I fully started it. I'm the one that got people together, and then Chance I was the leader. Like it was my idea, and like you're right. I people are like, dude, you're a victim. It's like, no, I have been given the worst and most unfair cards in streaming for.
Oh, we are very, very lucky. You can admit this, and I hope that you take the time, because even yesterday on the stream, you're like, I fucking hate my life. I hate hearing that from you, and we have.
Oh no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen. Am I lucky? Yeah, I'm lucky that there's no. Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. I would say that. But have I worked harder than every other streamer basically in this industry? Yes. Have I innovated a lot more than most people? Yes. Do I think that? But the thing is, my time isn't done. This is just part of my story, and I know that as my story continues, as more chapters unfold. This is not my end, and it's not even damn close. Like now I'm pivoting into finance content, and the people are loving it. Like they're wanting more. They want it, and I really
that's really dope.
That we were just having, bro. I've had visions on fucking more content and feeding the people more content like this in like the world of finance, specifically crypto, because I came into crypto super, super passionate, became this like NFT evangelist, spent a fuck ton of money, a fuck ton of time. Bought into a bunch of projects for the culture, trying to establish some sort of, rapport in that community because it was fun for me. And because I saw something that other people didn't see, it worked out. I made a bunch of money in NFTs because I made some good trades. But like, I've been trying to pill Ansem on doing content like this since I met him.
Yeah.
It's literally since I met him. Thread guy used to do spaces. That was the meta. They all used to do spaces on Twitter, and they would just voice to voice. And I'm like, yo, why don't you get on Twitch? Like, you should fucking stream. There's nobody doing this shit. And there's obviously a demand.
Well, actually, there is one, the guy, the stock guy. He's the GOAT. I really think
who that is, Ansem?
The stock guy is his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's a funny, creative, good guy. He's very smart. You should definitely have him on the show. He's a very
I'll do my research on him, and we'll
make it happen
on next week. Yeah, you can come on next week. The stock guy, if you're watching this, would love to have you on.
It seems like streaming is getting like a lot more popular outside of just the streamers though. Like there's athletes who want to stream now. There's like celebs who want to stream. Like it seems like everybody's kind of trending in that direction. I saw a lot of people were mad at Jaylen Brown the other day because they lost to the Sixers in Game 7, and then the next day he was on like Twitch doing a stream, like looking at all the plays and everything. And there were some people who reacted to it like everybody is trying to stream now. I guess what are your thoughts on what's next? You think gonna be innovative for streaming and like around that
GTA
and like
6.
Where it's going? GTA 6?
Yeah, I personally think that IRL is so overinflated and it's boring. I mean, the fact that you have content creators literally flying from state to state and no one cares is crazy, and it's just unrealistic to keep up this expectation. I think that it's a pendulum will swing and it'll go back to GTA 6. I think, in my opinion, content creators are just focusing on clips nowadays so much that they're not actually caring about the stream, and it's become fucking boring and vape. There's the thing. There are creators though that can do both. And I will say this, Stable Ronaldo is one of them, that he can actually entertain while also farming clips. And that's
Ron's a generational talent. He's another person who's pivoted very well, and like he's going to be around forever. Like that would be my pick to win it all as far as the X FaZe core group of guys. This might be a stupid question, and before I say it, I just want to say I do see the value in streaming, and exactly what you said, Jaylen Brown hopping on. I think streaming is a very, very good median in platform and way to distribute like honest thoughts, and respond to things, like to sit down and just talk to the world.
Yeah.
But what I don't necessarily agree with is the sentiment that streaming is getting more popular. Because I just had this conversation yesterday. Like even the biggest streamers in the world who streamed to 20, 30, 40, 50,000 viewers, that's not a ton of people, right? Like there aren't a ton of people who will sit and watch an actual stream. What is getting popular is like clipping has completely taken over. And the reason why streamers are being clipped so much, and the reason why streamers are kind of at the forefront of that is just because they're streaming all day long. Their content output, there's so much of it that they're being clipped in their communities too, even though they're smaller and niche. And when I say smaller, like I think that the number 30,000 people is a small number in the grand scheme of the fucking planet. There's no like, you know, these aren't like gate kept links. Like all you have to do is click the link and you're watching a stream, right? And you know, 20, 30,000 people compared to the 7.8 billion people on the planet. It's not that much. You go into like a stadium, like a fucking, what's the average like football stadium?
Like 50,000?
50,000. Yeah. You go to a football stadium, 50,000 people in person is a lot of people, but think about what those people had to do to get there. They had to buy the ticket. They had to drive to the stadium. They had to fucking set their day aside to go do that. Right. And you see it 50,000, but all these motherfuckers have to do is click a link. Right.
And they're not doing it right.
So I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. I
can answer it.
Yeah, please. I would love to know your opinion on that.
Well, so the reason why, it's the thing is just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's growing, right? Streaming is very popular. In fact, I completely agree. It's growing faster than ever before. It is more popular than ever before. You ask kids nowadays, about like 10 years ago, what do they want to be? YouTubers, right? Nowadays, they all want to be streamers. Streaming is more popular due to clips, but that doesn't mean people are watching streams. And the reason why they're not watching streams is because it's oversaturated. It's because streamers are not good streamers anymore. You will have streamers pop up nowadays who got popular on TikTok that get millions of views. They'll start, but they don't know how to be a good streamer long term, and they'll phase out in like 2 or 3 months and be irrelevant. On Twitch, before all this clipping crap, streamers had to kind of gradually grow on Twitch. They didn't have these massive pop-offs randomly. And because of that, you had good streamers that understood the culture that were able to keep going. Nowadays, that's not a thing. Streamers are just getting big on TikTok. They don't know how to stream long-term. They get bored. They leave. Number two, the reason why it's popular but it's not growing is that it's since it is everywhere, since you could just see clips of streamers all day, there's no point to watching streams. There's a reason why you don't see clips of Netflix shows all the time on your Twitter feed, and you see endings of Netflix shows on your Twitter feed. They will DMCA the fuck out of it, because if you do see that, you're not going to go to Netflix, and they know that, right? So they don't want that out there. And because that's the reason why they do that. But streaming's, that's not what it's like. I would never watch a stream because I could just go on Twitter. I see the whole stream. What's the point of me watching 3 hours of fluff when you've given me the best content of it on my feed? So clipping has destroyed the reason to go watch a streamer. And then not only that, it's destroyed the reason to watch their YouTube channels. It's destroyed the reason to care about any of their socials besides Instagram and TikTok. And just because streamers are more popular than ever doesn't mean that they're getting more views. An example is Soda Poppin. Soda Poppin is an OG streamer. He is on the Mount Rushmore of streamers, right? But Soda Poppin gets like 10K viewers doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's been around for 15 years now. He has no clips. He has no anything, but he's just known for being a streamer. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Jason the Ween gets 1 billion views a month, probably, literally, on clips, and gets just as many views as a 32-year-old playing boring-ass games, barely talking. Why? It's because people who watch clips don't give a fuck about the streamer, because why should they? I don't need to watch Core. I could just get my news in 2 seconds. Silky ate something. Ron said a funny joke, and Marlon looked at the camera, right? I don't need to watch a 4-hour VOD to find out that information. So that's hurt streaming in general. So yes, it is more popular. Doesn't mean that people are watching it.
So you think it's basically, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Actually, that's great context. So you think it's two kind of disparate groups. There's one group who is like watching the actual streams. If it's something with educational content or something interesting, they'll watch the entire thing. And those are the people, I guess, you're building the community with. And those are probably the people who last longer over time in streaming. And there's people who are just like the TikTokers who are scrolling the timeline and they consume all the clips and all of that content.
Yeah, and it's, you know, a lot of people come to Twitch that are streaming in general, and they're like, dude, I'm famous, or like I'm an NFL player, I'm a basketball player. But they only get 50 views.
Matter.
Straight up. They only get 50 views, and no one cares. Because the thing is, we don't care that you're a celebrity. And I hope celebrities realize that about viewers on Twitch. We don't give a fuck that you're a celebrity. In fact, that makes you not relatable. Why streamers grow, why people love streamers, is because of the relatability. It's because they could see themselves in them.
That's why I've always really, really liked the friend group model. That's why I feel like the friend group model has always been so fucking strong. It's like
what's the friend group model?
Like you construct, and I always liked what I liked about the FaZe group that we just had, the Jason, the Lacey, the fucking Max, Silky, Ron, Adapt. Like this is a very like hodgepodge mishmash group of people. And I remember like the biggest point of criticism off rip was this is never going to work. They're too different. But for me, that was by design. Yeah. That was intentional, like for them to be different and kind of everybody to play a certain role and appeal to a certain demographic and be, you know, Lacey's the relatable, like he's a slim, thin, trim looking, handsome kid now, but he was like the fat friend, like lolcow, right? Like, and like he would roll with that and he would play with that. He would play that, whatever. Silky's like from fucking New York, like tough guy, grew up, whatever type of way. Max is like the artist, wants to make music, whatever. Ron is just like fucking goofy and funny, understands the internet. He's going to make you laugh, you know? And then Adapt's like the OG fucking, he's playing the role that we used to play with him, which is like big bro, Unk, and it like worked really
it was very good synergy. And you got like the reason
beautiful
is though,
synergy.
Why is Ron the most successful in my opinion in terms of being a streamer, and he will be
because he is a streamer.
It's because Ron's the most relatable. You see him and you're like, he's an average looking dude that really just wants to fuck around and play games, and he talks to his chat and he's very interactive and he understands that. And what's happened a lot with streamers nowadays and why they are not doing as well and they need to bot like crazy is streamers have become unrelatable, and they become unrelatable so fast that now that's why a lot of people hate streamers. They're not relatable. Back like 5 years ago, we all were relatable because, you know, we didn't make millions of dollars a month. We didn't have these big paychecks. We weren't trying to buy Gucci bags and shit. And when people see that, they don't want to watch them do that all the time. They want to watch someone they feel like they can be friends with. And
I think while we've
lost that model very hard over the past few years. Like Lacey, I'll give it as an example. Lacey is someone that was the fat guy, was the funny guy. He was relatable. But now Lacey like basically became like a Marlon 2.0. That relatability has dropped dramatically because you don't like he's trying to look really good. He's trying to farm aura. And yeah, it gets good clips, but it's not something that you want to watch someone for stream for 8 hours.
I don't think it's necessarily an issue for him to want to go look better, be healthier. I've actually talked to Lacey a little bit about like health and like dieting and just being better. I think there is a level of relatability to that. And especially if like that.
Yes, there's a relatability while it happens, but not when it happens.
Okay, fair. That's a take. But I don't know. That's positive output too. Like we're looking at the rise of clavicular and looks maxing and fucking bone smashing and getting jerked off live on stream and being fucking, you know, that for a community of young impressionable men versus like Lacey wanting to lose weight and feel better about himself and being honest about that process. I don't know. I feel like that it's all about how you do it. I also don't
just
know
because it's good for him doesn't mean it's good for like the community parasocialism idea. I agree with you. It's healthy.
Well, what about the kid? What about the kid in the chat who like is also overweight and fucking feels like shit about himself, and he like goes with the flow and he like lets everybody laugh at him and he pokes fun at himself, but deep down there's a deep fucking sadness and insecurity. And you know, Lacey goes and does it, and he looks at Lacey and he says, oh, I can do it too. The Hodge twins, for example, changed my whole life. I watched a video probably fucking 15 years ago that the Hodge twins did around intermittent fasting and how this will work to lose weight. And I went and lost 30, 40 pounds, and it spiraled and snowballed into whatever, everything that I know today.
So
about
I'll say this, you're right. That fat kid wants to watch, but when when Lacey becomes thin, good looking and all this stuff, and he's moved on, that new viewer who's fat has no relatability to Lacey. Just because Lacey was fat years ago, that's not going to make you relatable. What's relatable is trying. What's relatable is the difficulty. What's relatable is like he isn't eating that piece of food. It's not relatable when, you know, he is not fat. It's relatable when he's trying to not be fat. And this has happened time and time again with streaming.
You could go as far to say the most popular one of the core group is Marlon as far as mainstream success goes, and his social media as far as like TikTok, Instagram, whatever. He's probably the least relatable person in the group. He's like extremely fucking handsome, and it's like unattainable, and it's like you know, he's the least relatable in my opinion.
Yes.
Why is he the most successful in a lot of metrics in a lot of regards then?
Well, because it's short form content, right? It's more it's that quick, I want to stare at you, you're beautiful aura. You don't need to farm parasocialism with that necessarily. You could farm, you know, any type of viewer. But if you want a viewer to watch your stream, to be a part of your journey, because that's what streaming a lot of is. It's your journey if you're going for this IRL concept. They're not going to care about your journey because it's boring. You are hot. You are rich. You get with the best girls. You've done it all. You beat the game. You want to watch the journey. You don't care about the end. And Marlon feels like that. Think of how crazy this is. Marlon's that big everywhere. Everyone knows he streams. He gets a few thousand viewers. Dude, I used to get 20,000 viewers doing ads.
So my question is then,
I was nothing like these kids.
I personally like to watch content of people, and I like to hear people talk who are smarter than me, who have more money than me, who are better than me, who are in better shape than me, etc. Because I find it to be productive. I find it to be an opportunity for me to learn and add to myself and improve as a person. That's the type of content that I like to consume. Obviously, we're talking about streaming specifically right now, and we're talking about the parasocial relationship relatability with streaming. My question, I guess, to you is, do you think there is a place in the market of streaming for content like that? Like you're doing the finance stream, this show, for example, like, do people want to see that?
So
do they want to improve their life? Do they want to improve their standing, their position?
Oh, absolutely. Like
who's doing that the best?
In terms of, here's the thing. There is a huge market that is untapped on the internet, on streaming, which is trying to do finance and trying to do this kind of content or productivity. There's a lot of things that you could do, but streamers are lazy, man. And they just see what has worked and they don't want to try to change it. They see, do the tier list, do the shit that me and Ludwig did for 5 years, copy the models and paste, and basically make your millions, because they don't need to innovate. A lot of these younger kids, they don't. Why does Jason need to innovate? He doesn't. He has that parasocial viewers. He has those viewers that want to watch him grow. He has those viewers that are obsessed with him. But these older viewers, these 30-year-olds, these people that have been around for a long time, they're losing that parasocialism with guys that are older. And they should. They're getting older. They're getting families. They don't care anymore. So what should they do? They should pivot. But I think a lot of these older streamers have no talent, and they'd rather go down with the ship, try to make a couple extra bucks, than actually try to innovate and possibly hurt their career. Now, I will say this. Is there room for finance content like you're doing or I'm doing? Absolutely. Dude, viewers always want to do better, and viewers want to get something out of what's the reward of watching me go do an IRL and go buy a food? There's no reward. You might get a laugh or two. Who gives a fuck? You don't need to do that. The reward is now they can watch me make them money. They can watch and learn about finance. They can watch you and learn about finance. And that's so important and such a value that if you can make it entertaining, you have such a big layup on everyone else, because the Jason style, the FaZe clan style, whatever it is, even the OTK style we had, it does fade. As you get older, it gets cringier. As you get older, friends dissipate. They all want to do different stuff. It's what happens. But finance, politics, business, things that grow for your rest of your life, it stays forever. Grayson, what's going on, dude? I haven't seen you in a while.
I think what's been interesting for me, like with being on Twitter, is that parasocial relationship that you're talking about. People do care about that a lot. And it's weird in crypto because everybody's anonymous. And my account on Twitter wasn't anonymous, but it wasn't anonymous because it was just my regular Twitter that I was sharing on my, like, with my friends from college and friends from everywhere else. And when I started doing Twitter and started trading, I just started putting that content out there in the same place that I was, like, going out on the weekends and tweeting about being out and all the other things that I was tweeting about. So, like, during the bear markets, when I was tweeting about stuff that wasn't crypto specific, I had this whole community of people that were just, like, following me and knew me as a person. And then, like, as my account started to blow up, there's a ton of situations where people would take things out of context that I did, or like over-index on stuff I was wrong on when talking about trades. But then there was a core group of people who had been following me for like...
One sec. By the way, I could whenever I'm pulling up the ninja thing, you can see the images. I just went full cam, but yeah. I don't know what I should watch on my stream.
What'd you say?
I could see like the DM thing, whatever, for a second.
What DM thing? What are you talking about?
On my screen? Yeah. I was looking at my Twitter.
Okay, yeah. I just want to let you know that I could see that.
Yeah.
I also could see a guy on the bottom that is hanging out. He's muted.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm aware of that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't want to leak anything.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was saying it's like the community of people that I had following me would be like a lot more responsive and a lot more like defending of me when they have seen like my journey as a trader, my journey as being on CT, because I really was just a regular person tweeting. And then like my account blew up and now I'm this figure that people kind of like don't view as a person. And it's like there are people who were there as the core group who do view me as a person. So I definitely believe the parasocial effect is super important. And people trust you a lot more when they know what your intentions are. So it's definitely a real thing with streaming and also just internet content. I've never done streaming. I've always just been the tweeter guy. But yeah, it's interesting to see that the overlap there actually carries the same way.
Yeah, no, it's huge. Parasocial is everything when it comes to streaming.
Obviously you're on the fucking worser end of the parasocial dynamic right now, Miz. I as well obviously am too, as far as like hardcore streaming culture goes.
In what way? I'm not even hit. In what way?
Just like the narratives around, like obviously a lot of people have kind of chalked it up as and came to the conclusion that FaZe coming to an end was all my fault. Right. There's a million things at play, whatever. But these are, 5 or 6 very strong streaming communities that have come to that conclusion. And yeah, like what comes with that obviously is not fun. You get fucking slammed and whatever. Again, I'm not a victim, whatever. It's just the reality of the situation. I know Miz is in a similar situation. What is your like plan and route out? Because honestly, this is new for me. Not only is streaming new for me, I'm learning a lot. Even hearing you talk about it, it's a very interesting conversation. But like what are your plans? Like what's your, I know what your plans are for the next 30 days, but what's your plans for the next year, 5 years, 10 years?
Dude, I really like finance and business. I want to keep going with it. I actually am working with Kick. Like I'm kind of like growing Kick as a whole. I'm basically like redoing everything on their side because I think their website UI is ass, and I think the developers could do a lot better. So I'm literally rebuilding Kick, and I'm helping with a lot of stuff. We're going to be launching what we're going to be launching crates soon with Kick. We're going to be launching a lot of new things, interactive stuff, make the website interesting to stay on. Not, it doesn't feel like a website you went back to in the time machine in 2011. I also want to get good at golf. I do want you to come out for golf.
I'll play golf. I've never played. It's not that
I was about to say, can you golf, bro?
I've never played golf. I've never swung a golf club. Actually, my PA.
Golf looks.
Shout out Pierce. Shout out Pierce is like a actual class golfer, from what I hear. He golfs with a bunch of people. People know him to be a good golfer, and he's I'm with him every single day. He's basically my brother.
I really just, dude, I'm telling you, man, I know this is going to sound so fucking cringe. I just want to make people laugh. Like there's nothing more in this world that I love than entertaining. It's been what I love for 31 years of my life. I never want to stop. I know I have a gift at this shit. I love to entertain people, and I do like to make people happy. I know people are like, no, he doesn't. He's a fucking loser. No, if you look at my discography or whatever the fuck it is of people, I've made so many millionaires. I've helped so many people out. I've done so many people so good. And they literally, I'm going to say this and people are not going to believe me on maybe your side, but my chat knows they're all rats. But I don't care. I just like to help out people. I do. I always will. Because I think everyone has a little bit of good in them.
I think we relate heavily on just a lot of things, obviously. But when I see something or I jump into something, I jump in with 2 feet. I go 100%, and I do like to innovate and develop things. Like you're saying with Kick, you have no business wanting to make Kick's website better. That's not your responsibility. I assume at least at this stage, you're not being paid for that. That's not your fucking job. But you can't help yourself. You see something that you're aware of because you've been streaming for 15 years where the chat should be this way, or we should incorporate this system because people will stick around for longer. People will want to watch more. People will actually come to Kick for this. You can't help yourself. You see potential and you want to drag it to the surface. You do that with products. You do that with ideas and vision, things moving forward, whether it's in fucking the games you play or the people that you play with, right? Like you've done it with people. You've platformed a bunch of people and made, a ton of people successful, or at least helped in their success. It's like, but where do people like me and you go wrong? Because I share a very similar story. Again, it's like, but here we are in this point where I'm not going to call the people that I've helped rats. Again, I want to put my best foot forward. And honestly, more than anything, genuinely, all I want to do is move on with my life. Like I really am grateful for, you know, the people that want to stick around and actually fucking learn and grow and kind of are in line with the point of the show and kind of what I've been on. You know, I'm fucking sober. I'm healthier than I've ever been, and I just want to lock the fuck in and be successful and be happy and have a small.
I mean, I can tell you what the problem is, and I'm sure you know it. It's you give too much trust, and they take advantage of that, and that's really all it is, dude. You trust people too much.
Surely we have things that we could be better at, right? Like surely, like I do think that I have way too much of an issue, even in business. Like I've been fried a million different ways, a million different times on business stuff because of handshake deals or like doing things in good faith and like doing all the work and then never being, you know, properly compensated or treated for it because I just, you know, I trust.
It's also this, dude. You and I have always been controversial figures, right? And because of that, because of the fact that we have always been content creators, you're always being easy to be thrown to the dogs, right? It's hard to throw someone to the dogs that's loved and admired because you really have to show like a crazy thing to really make them get thrown. You and I are always easy to throw to the dogs because we have been controversial. We have fucked up.
Scumbag, drug addict, fucking this.
I'm a douchebag with a fucking mullet. You're an asshole with tattoos, and because of that, we're easy.
I'm really not an asshole though. I feel like I'm a
huge piece of shit, dickhead. Dog shit human being, and because of that, like that people will take advantage of that, right? They'll say, hey, look, like you could just throw him to the dogs and not have to worry about shit, and that's how it goes. It's also you're emotional. You're a very emotional.
Super emotional. I am very, very emotional.
Yeah, I too have been emotional, and that's definitely messed me up a lot too. But I'm not emotional anymore. I've lost that ability to be emotional. I don't. Emotions are not part of my life anymore. So again, shout out to antidepressants. They're great. So yeah, that's basically my whole gist. I want to make people money in my chat. I want to make my chat laugh because I know for them, they know I'm their one-stop shop for actually funny people around. There's really not a lot of content creators, but it's also they know I care about streaming and shit more than like 99% of streamers. Most streamers have no passion for this shit. They don't give a fuck. They know I care. I know they'll say cap and bullshit. They know that if I was not making any money on streaming, I would still do it because I love streaming. I love entertaining. I grew up. These my viewers, these or streamers or viewers in general on streams, they're me. I was them. I was there. I was a dude. I used to hate watch streamers. That was my life. I hated all of them in 2015. I would watch specifically Mitch Jones, and I would hate watch him because I'm like, this fucking loser is making $1,000 a day, picking his nose and doing nothing but running around Dalaran in World of Warcraft. I can't stand him. And it made me hate him because I'm like, this dude has no degree, no job, no work ethic, and he's making millions of dollars. It drove me nuts.
You said earlier people hate streamers because what was it? How exactly did you say it?
Well, they hate streamers now because we're oversaturated. We're everywhere, and they're talentless a lot of times. But also, it's because they're not relatable.
Not relatable. That's what you said. I think even maybe more of an issue why the average person might like hate streamers is I don't know, just like the what it's kind of done to like society in terms of like I don't know, it just streamers obviously the name of the game, and the people who climb the ranks the fastest and are the most successful are the people who are the most successful at farming each other. That's all the game is, right? At the end of the day, is that accurate to say? Is that an appropriate thing to say?
You're right, but why do people have to farm each other so much? The reality is because content creators, especially streamers, YouTubers don't have to really fight each other for the spotlight.
Well,
you got to realize
that's not. I can't. That's not true.
Well,
drama has been like a consistent through line and like a common denominator in like a lot of people's success on YouTube and just content in general.
But a YouTuber can upload and another YouTuber can upload, and it doesn't affect it as much. When for streaming, it's real time. So if I'm live and XQC's live, you literally have 10,000 viewers that watch both of us, and some of them are going to go to me, and some of them are going to go to him. It's instantaneous competition, And because of that, it makes people scared. It makes people angry or jealous, or it makes people feel like they need to protect what they have. And that almost puts you in a fight or flight mode, which makes content creators and streamers especially be very aggressive, fight each other, want to attack. And that's what's happened over the past few years is streamers have become a cataclysm and they fight each other.
How you feeling about all this, Ansem? Probably really thick content for you to weave through.
It's interesting. I mean, I think what you guys are talking about with how you're received in doing content and like getting popular online, I think there's a part of it that just you can't avoid the negative piece, because when there's so many people that are watching you, there's always going to be some people that don't agree with what your opinion is, especially if you have strong opinions. But I think that the through line that is the most important is like, if you're doing good things, you're not doing good things because you think you're going to get rewarded for them. You're doing good things because you think they're good things. And that's like the most important for anybody who's a public figure, because once you allow what the response of the public to determine what you're going to do going forward, that's when you stop actually doing those good things that you know are good and know align with what your direction is. So I think that's my main takeaway, but it seems like it's a recurring thing for anybody who just is in the public sphere. It's just how the internet works and operates.
Good take. That's why I think this show is so important, because that's like your take from a million miles away, right? Like, as you can see in this conversation, Miz and I are super, super deep.
Yeah, super deep
content, right? Like
YouTube, for sure.
Twitch. There's probably a lot of things that we talk about that you fly straight over your head. You don't even understand what the fuck we're saying to each other. It's
I'm
like
learning a lot.
Language. But the same is true in reverse for the finance tech shit with you, which is fucking really cool. And that's probably a good segue into Miz. You're on a 30-day mission to fucking invest $300,000 and make as much money as possible. What is it sitting at right now? 300K you started with. Where are you at? Just fucking say it, bro. The market's down today. It's the third day. And it's fine.
Market's down today. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Let me check. I mean, I know
semis actually are down today. Semis are surprisingly down, and software is up today, which is, I think, is surprising. Semis have been ripping and outperforming shit so hard.
We are as a community, we are down. It just fucking something just happened, John. We're down about $2,000 after hours. Not sure what happened there.
So what's the total? What's the port?
We're at $299,152, and
so you're basically back at square one.
Yeah, and just let anyone know that's listening. Basically, what I do is I am streaming with my chat on Kick. I'm on Kick, and every day I'm doing this, and whatever money we have at the end of $300,000, whether it's $360,000, $380,000, whatever it could be, if we can make money, hopefully the market keeps going good. They keep. So based on how much they watch, they chat, and they interact, they keep the profit. So if we make 80 grand, my chat splits $80,000, and we have a system that basically makes it so they can. We have a system. Shout out to this guy named Solutions, where we have it all divvied up. We know who's what been watching. It's timed and everything, and they get the profits. So if they're more involved, the more they're here, the more they get. My goal with this, if it goes well, because it's been fucking going so well the past 3 days, is to do $1 million next month. And I'm just like, fuck it.
Hey.
Listen, you're sponsored by Polymarket. Get me them as a sponsor, and I'll make it $2 million. It'd be that even crazier. Fuck it.
We can make it happen, bro. That's fucking sick, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. I want them to make money too. I want to be able to see, dude, Miz, I actually learned a lot and I made a lot of money. Because I got that so much with the gym content. I had so many people be like, dude, I changed my life. This one viewer I had, his name was like Macy or something. He's like, dude, I lost a lot of weight watching your content. I lost like 3 pounds, and then I started taking Ozempic, and now I'm doing great. I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. But I had a lot of people that like,
was that a Lacey joke? I can't tell with you sometimes, man. Like, I heard the
he's low key. He's slick with it, bro. He's slick with it. I see the appeal.
He's a freak. He's a freak. I want to start with Miz. You say you guys invested in a bunch of things today. What are like the top 2 or 3 that you guys are most excited about? You and your chat. I want Ansem's.
Well, let's ask my chat. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't say it's their portfolio at the end of the day. They're saying AMD. I think they're excited about it. They did AMD, which I think has been good.
AMD was a good spot recently for sure.
They're actually up on AMD by 5% because they bought the calls and they were up. What's really hurting them right now is we bought CoreWeave after hours, despite the fact that CoreWeave had great financial report and everything, and they were doing great. CoreWeave is getting smacked right now. It's down 11%, and that's literally all of their losses is CoreWeave. It's literally, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they bought they buy the rumor, sell the news is very famous, and they bought the news, which was really great news. CoreWeave should go up, but you know how it is. It's just these stocks can be crazy.
Yeah, I wonder.
Again, it's just day 3. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. I think I wonder what happened with CoreWeave. It's maybe something on like what they're saying is going to happen for the next year, because typically when they beat on like the actual numbers, but the stock goes down anyway, it's something that in like the details of what they were talking about and what's happening. So I haven't followed it. I gotta see what. Didn't the Leopold
Aschenbrenner? Didn't he?
He is
wasn't part of his. Yeah.
The Leopold guy has been crushing. The guy who wrote like the situational awareness AI essay, and his fund is up like 10x almost. I think it started like 500 million now to like 5 billion. CoreWeave is one of his biggest positions.
I think it's the only one that hasn't performed like in a disgusting manner, right? Like there was like it was like he had like 7 different positions, and they're all up thousands of percent except CoreWeave.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. CoreWeave is one of the ones.
Do you know the story about this guy, MizKif?
No.
Here, I'll bring it up for your chat.
This guy's a beast, bro.
He's insane. This is such an insane story. He's a 24-year-old guy who got fired basically from OpenAI when he was 22. I think he took 250 mil and turned it into $5.5 billion in a year. And he wrote a whole thing. What was the thing he wrote? What was it called?
Situational awareness.
Situational awareness, basically talking about predicting AGI by 2027. And where everybody's kind of flying and flowing into these AI companies explicitly, he decided to invest in, what was it?
He invested in Bloom Energy, I think was his biggest one that he like smashed.
Nvidia, obviously, SanDisk.
Yeah, he hit I don't think so what he did is like he avoided the hyperscalers, like the big names. He didn't do like Google, Meta, or any of those. And what he was looking at is like, okay, if there's going to be all this investment in this infrastructure, there's going to be some companies at different levels that benefit really specifically. And I think Bloom Energy was the one that did really well for him. Yeah.
Right here. You see it right here.
Is like,
yeah, Bloom Energy's up 1,400%.
Yeah, crazy.
And then Lumentum's up 1,300%. SanDisk up 3,100%.
Yep.
CoreWeave, see, it's the only one that isn't, I mean, it's up, but it's the only one that isn't performing in like a fucking disgusting way.
Yeah, I mean, I am surprised that CoreWeave's actually down after hours. I'm not gonna lie, they did beat the revenue. I guess the issue was probably the people are trying to take profits.
I know they have a lot of debt.
They do. Their guidance was missed a little bit, but it shouldn't have dropped the way it is. I mean, but these stocks right now are so volatile, it's crazy. I still believe in it. I think, in my opinion, my chat bought one that I do like, and I think is a good buy, is Palantir. They're heavily involved in the military and hospitals.
Full set Palantir.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of Plants vs. Zombies. Palantir is sick. I think Palantir has a lot of options for growth, but and the thing is, my chat is very invested in AI and databases because that's what they know, and it's smart to be involved in that stuff.
Of course.
But is it gonna? I do believe there's gonna be more growth, obviously, right? We all agree. But the question is, right about this next 30 days, will it have a tumble again?
Yeah.
It just had this crazy run, and they got in on Monday when it had a crazy run, and they were happy. But now they're having a little bit of a downside. But I truly believe, I mean, this is nothing. It's not a big deal. They're into Cat. I think Cat is an amazing buy long term.
I think
Cat is one of the best companies to buy. Yes, you're not buying AI. You're buying the company that makes the data centers that everyone is making around the country right now, and they're the monopoly of that shit. They are in a fantastic buy right now. I think that my chat also bought. What else did they buy that they are very excited about? They bought what is it? Dutch Brothers today. They put 10 grand into Dutch Brothers.
What's that?
The coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
why?
they spent. Because they think that basically my friend Brian called and he said it's a good buy, and they had good earnings, they had good everything, but they're growing. They have 41 new stores, but the problem with them is their stock tumbled today, so we bought, and let's see what happens. But they just only put 10 grand in. So they get to vote on how much they put in. They could put in a small, medium, or large amount. And for this coffee, they went Trente. They put 20 grand in.
I think slamming the opposite end of the spectrum with the AI shit, like going as far away from screens and investing in like real life experiences, restaurants, things like that. That nature is always a good bet. Also, just too culturally, like coffee, at least in LA. Miz, you live in LA too. I feel like there's a new like cracking coffee spot popping off every fucking 2 days here.
Yes, there is. That is.
You've noticed this, right? It's crazy, and they all have these popping fucking TikToks and yeah. Shout out Community Goods. Shout out fucking Pedro. Shout out Maru. Like, there's a bunch of good ones. La La Land in fucking just opened up a couple new spots, and they're all like cracking, bro.
I mean, it's the same thing with energy drinks, right? Energy drinks always are something that comes and goes. Like when Logan Paul announced his energy drink, I was like, cool. This is gonna be crazy branding and marketing. But how long will this last, right? Because energy drinks phase so fast that, you know, you see C4 was so popular for so many years. It felt like it was everyone had it. Now I don't ever see it. Now I see Celsius everywhere. You know, it changes every few years, the new brands, the new things. I think the same thing with coffee as well, but they're only in it for 30 days. So they're not here forever. They also are in Google. They just bought $20,000 into Google. Google is a great buy, in my opinion, because they are getting the expenses for the data centers. So for cloud, especially with AI is buying into Google Cloud. Anthropic just guaranteed they're going to be spending $200 billion on their cloud services in the next 5 years. I think Google's great. So I'm very big on those. I think my chat has done a great job so far. The only one that's fucking them up is the Plantier, or not Plantier, it's CoreWeave. But I do believe CoreWeave will pan out as time.
I mean, just off the basis of the Leopold fool being bullish on that, I'm like, do we slam it? I don't know.
Yeah, and my chat still has money to spend. By the way,
have you guys bought Take Two?
I brought up Take Two on the fucking on the stream yesterday.
You were talking about GTA. Did you guys buy Take Two?
I just don't know. I don't know that Take Two performs in the next 30 days. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing that 30-day thing. These are two totally different questions. 30 days is crazy.
30 days does make it kind of hard because, like, you could pick 10 winners and like smash, and then they'd be down over the next 30 days, and then it would be like up infinite in the next 6 months. That is right. Kind of tricky. Right. Yeah. It is.
Well, here's the thing. If this thing goes well, like I hope it does, and you know, we'll see what happens. But if it goes well, dude, I'll keep investing.
This is interesting how the stars are sort of aligning too. And Z, I want you to really get through like the Intel stuff and the Cerebra stuff and really go deep in that. And feel free to share your screen and thoughts, because we cut that part short. We talked about how Z's feeling about the crypto markets, but we wanted to save his thoughts on you know, traditional markets for you being on the show, because it just makes sense. I do want to hear Z's ideas around the 30-day challenge, because he's doing something similar. Yeah, like just randomly. He's doing this competition, which Miz, honestly, low-key mission.
You should hop in, bro. You should hop in. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun.
It's 4 weeks, and everybody's self-funded. You start with 25K with a 25K bankroll, and whoever makes the most money in the 30 days wins 100 bands.
Gets 100K. Yeah.
And Ansem's going to do that. But Z, what is going to be your strategy going into that? Because obviously it's.
I mean, so yeah, it's going to be over 4 weeks, and it's going to be perps. So I don't know, Miz, if you know what perpetual futures are.
Yeah.
So it's 24/7. We can trade anything. We're doing it through Hyperliquid on my app Bullpen, and it'll be like stocks. So stocks will be on there. A lot of the stocks are doing a lot of volume. Crypto will be on there. But my strategy is going to be, it's going to be shorter time frame stuff, like optimizing for that instead of like longer term, like multi-year holds. So I'm going to be day trading a lot, like with
Can
leverage.
I just invest in a crypto and then have my chat pump it up and then sell it and then win?
Well, it's perps. So like, no, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. But it's perps. So like the tickers and what are available on perps, whatever's there, you can trade.
I listen, if you invite me, I'll do it, bro. I love finance. I live for this shit. I mean, I literally love
this kind
of stuff.
But is that your advice? Is that your advice to him how he should invest with his chat over the next 30 days is perps rather than like spot buying? Because everything what you're saying, and by the way, I'm curious your thoughts, Ansem. Like, does he pass the sniff test? Like everything he's saying, the cat stuff. I saw you shaking your head, nodding your head through a lot of what he was saying. it sounds like Miz has, you know,
a good grasp for sure. A good grasp on it for sure. I didn't know what to expect when he said he was you said there's a streamer who's really popular and he's doing an investing thing. And I'm like, I don't know what that really means, but yeah, he's definitely on his game. We actually talked about Eaton last week for the same reasons that he's talking about Caterpillar. Like they build a lot of the stuff for the data centers. So we're kind of in the same ballpark. I like a lot of the AI stuff. We align on a lot of that. 30 days is tough. It's just because it's like, it's so short term that you can pick really good companies and then you could be down still. So like, it's more day trading, I would say, if you want to like be aggressive with it. Like in this competition, it's going to be a ton of people. They're trying to make a lot in a shorter amount of time instead of like trying to have longer term plays that you compound over years. I mean, it's just two different ways of investing, but
well, keep in mind, if the goal is like, I think if we can make like 10 to 15%, which I do think is very possible, with just a good upswing in the market, that's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 my chat's splitting between the people that participated.
It's legendary.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and then, okay, what if I could do $1 million next month? They're splitting, you know, $100,000 between the chat.
Yep.
That's crazy money, right? That's fucking awesome. So you're learning finance. You're being entertained by me. There's a couple Asian girls that go in the background while at the same time you're making money. That's awesome. Right. And that's the goal, is to just like, how can I make my chat money while I get to entertain and be stupid, while, you know, I continue to grow my brand. And it's wins all. I try to get wins all around for everybody. And even if it's a small loss for me, like I don't really care. Like $5 grand, 10 grand, whatever, you know, I'll figure that out. I just won't pay my attorney that week, but I'm totally for, like, you know, doing more of this.
Yeah. If you guys win the competition, you have 100K, so they can split 100K.
It's
only 25K entry. But yeah, I would say, like, to answer your question, Banks, on what to focus on for like a 30-day challenge, you're going to want to look at stocks that have catalysts that are very short term coming up, and that's how you would
that's what we're looking
at the first, for sure.
I think what are some off the top of your head, Ansem, that you think could work for the next 30 days?
I think MP Materials is an interesting one. So I know you guys know Intel has crushed, done really well the past like couple months. One of the reasons that they've done so well is because of the US's focus on building out all the different levels of like the chip manufacturing here. So right now, everybody relies on TSMC, which is like the Taiwan semiconductor company, for building these chips, for building the CPUs, actually like manufacturing them. And what Intel is working on is they want to build their own fabs here in the US. And so that was a one tailwind. But also the US government owns 10% of Intel. But like the US government doesn't only own Intel. There's also a lot of other companies that they've invested in a similar way. And I think they could have some good tailwinds over the next few weeks or so, because like people are like, oh, Trump invested in Intel and he's going to keep pumping Intel. What else did he invest in, and what else is he looking at? So MP Materials is one of those companies. They're actually a rare earth.
MP Materials, you said?
MP, the ticker's MP. Yeah, MP Materials.
Company?
Yeah, it's a mining company. So they're focused on sourcing and finding these rare earth metals. I think it's the Mountain Pass mine in California is the one that they have like access to. And I think they also just did a deal with Apple, I'm pretty sure, for like the future. But yeah, so right now the US relies on China for a lot of the rare earth metals that we source, and they're important for like EVs, they're important for like the magnets and all these electronics. And we have no real way of getting them except for these like very few mining companies. So MP is one of those. That's what I think.
What do you think about, and some people have been spamming my chat for this a little bit. What do you think about hymns?
Hymns.
You know, we've talked about hymns in a few of the
we talked about hymns. I haven't been able to find like enough conviction on it myself yet to be like, yeah, I'm super, super, super bullish on it. But I do think it's in a really interesting area. It's cheap enough that a narrative can push it a lot. Like obviously the peptides thing is super viral. And they're like right at that intersection. I can't say I know it like enough to be like, yeah, I'm super bullish hymns, but it definitely is an interesting narrative.
Peptides, man, I'm sorry, whoever's the first to do the peptide shit or can get that figured out legally
crushes.
Yeah, I will put every dime I have into their company, at least for a few months. I will put every dime in, because they will blow. Yeah, they will blow everyone out of the water. Like everyone will be buying them. If I can,
is there any sleepers that's on anybody's radar in terms of that? Like,
I think Eli Lilly is the biggest one. I mean, they're like, I think the ticker's LLY. They're like the biggest company. They also were I think they with not Ozempic or the other one. If it's not Ozempic, it's another one that they do. But yeah, they're a pretty large biotech company. But it's like they're the front runners right now to have the like
$1 trillion company.
The like legal whatever with all to do a lot of the peptide stuff.
Yeah, that's more longer term. I mean, so my thing with this too is like, if look, I'm the financial advisor of my chat, right? I'm not really, but you know, in this scenario. So, but my plan is basically whatever we can make, you know, they keep. But you know, if for some reason we have an issue, like maybe I throw in a couple extra $100,000 and, you know, we try to figure it out, because I want them to be able to get out of this, that they, you know, yes, you don't always win. You don't, long-term investing is the play because they have their youth, which is so important.
Right.
Stock market's down. You're not stressing out. No one cares. You should be just living your life. Every month you put in a couple $100 and you compound interest over time. You're making money and you should be successful.
Exactly.
It will motivate you and grow you. And the thing is, yes, like this is tough in 30 days. I'll make it work, whatever I have to do for my chat and for the people. But yeah, if you have any finance stuff that you want to share with the chat, or you ever want to come in and just talk, I know Banks knows where I live. So if you ever want to come in or join the chat for you know, anything, because they liked your mining idea. They were like, oh, mining. They like that.
Cool.
They're down to hear.
He has some really good ideas. He's a really smart guy.
This is all I do to like, so I'm definitely down to keep chatting.
So I actually don't think we found out what is your role? Like, what do you exactly do?
Like in life or just in general?
in life.
Yeah. So
in WoW.
Yeah. So I used to be a software engineer. I went to Georgia Tech. I studied computer science. Found out about crypto in 2016. I had like a professor for this emerging technologies class. He was really big on Bitcoin. Then when I graduated in 2017, I was working as a software engineer. And that's when I started trading crypto. And so from like 2017 to now, basically, I've been trading crypto full-time since 2021. I've been full-time at Bullpen since early 2024. And yeah, I'm just full-time trader, full-time investor, and a builder. Yeah.
Cool.
He bought Solana at $1.50.
I did. I did. Yeah, my like Solana trade was like your Nvidia trade.
And he got a pet cat, and the chat social engineer doxed him, hit up every person in his family, found out what the cat's name was.
They were
ran a meme coin up to fucking, what was it? Hundreds of millions of dollars?
100 mil. Yeah.
100 million.
Wait, what? Wait, what? The cat, what?
So I don't know if you know like Solana and meme coins in 2023, 2024. You know what WIF is? You know Bonk?
No.
You know Doge?
No. Yeah.
You know Doge. So like, and so when Solana went crazy in 2023, it went from like $20 to $200. I was one of the people who was super bullish Solana before that happened. And I also was like, well, there's not that many coins to buy on chain on Sol right now. So I think that Bonk is going to do really well. Bonk is this meme coin, probably one of the most popular meme coins on Solana at the time. And it was created by a lot of the core, like Solana evangelists, developers, builders, VCs, a ton of people around it. They rallied around Solana when FTX happened, launched Bonk. So in this cycle, I was like, well, if Solana comes back, Bonk is definitely going to come back. And then when Bonk did really well, it went from like 40 million market cap, I think, to 1.6 billion or whatever it went to. After that happened, meme coins on Solana went crazy. And so I was the dude who was like, you're the Solana meme coin guy. And so everything I talked about with on-chain with Solana was just going crazy. And at one point in 2024, it got so Black Mirror-esque that like anything I posted became a coin. Like it didn't matter if it was a word, picture, like it was a coin immediately.
Your cat.
So I posted my cat. And people were like, what's the name of the cat? And I didn't tell them the name, went to sleep, took a nap. Then I woke up like a few hours later, and my mom is texting me like, yo, why are people on Facebook asking me for the cat's name? Like, what is going on? What's happening? And so eventually I posted the cat's name.
I rug pulled my cat's coin actually.
I didn't rug pull. I didn't rug pull the coin.
I could tell you the story. I rug pulled. So I was buying cryptos and I was doing this challenge with
Dude, this is such
user,
a fucking
the glasses. I love the glasses.
So I was doing crypto trading for a month. I was doing this similar thing a year ago, but for crypto. Couldn't do it anymore for legal reasons. And when I was doing it, I was pulling up a bunch of stuff, and someone in my chat's like, dude, buy this coin called Chompy. And I just clicked on it, being like, I don't know what the fuck this coin is. And I like clicked on it. I'm like, this is stupid. And I clicked off. Chompy, it's my cat right here.
Oh yeah.
So
when we first launched the FaZe thing, somebody sent Lacey like a fuck ton of Ozempic coins, and it was worth whatever. He's like, "Do I sell this?" And I'm like, "No, dude, leave it all alone. Don't touch shit. Don't sell shit."
So what happened was the guy that owns the Chompy coin sent one of my mods, OneTap, who's a known scammer. He got sent 20 a lot of the coin, and since I brought it on screen for 1 second, some of my chat started buying it, and I think bots started to buy it because they like saw that it was like getting movement.
Yeah.
And it went from it literally got up to $25,000 in value. My these coins that were sent, and my mod OneTap's like, bro, I have $25,000 of coins. What the fuck do I do?
How do I know that name?
For your he's he did a subathon for like 8 hours once. You may have been there.
Definitely not. Did he play Among Us? A lot of Among Us?
Yes, he did. That's crazy.
Okay,
You remember him from that? Wow, that is fucking.
I played
insane.
a lot of Among Us during that time. I was like, that was the one time I was ever in like a ton of streams. I don't know if anybody watching this remembers that, but like when Train and everybody would play, you probably played in a couple lobbies, but like it was XUC, it was Train, it was like we played all day, every day. It was 5up and those kids, Harambe and fucking.
So, that was where OneTap was. It's crazy to remember that. So, Chompy coin blew up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do here. And everyone's like, dude, Miz, you're rug pulling. And I went, got some views on Twitter, and then OneTap gave me the coin. So I just fucking sold it for cash. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do here. I don't give a fuck. Like, and I told my chat, I said, dude, if you're stupid enough to buy this shit and you really did this, you're an idiot. And there's 25 grand of mine now that you're an idiot for. And I don't even think my viewers really bought it. I think it was bots that just saw the growth, because it was just so dumb. And that's basically it. I didn't care for the money. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, so he made me 25 grand pretty quickly. So shout out to Chompy.
So you're actually a fucking scammer, by the way.
Yeah,
because I've never done anything even remotely close to this, and I've been labeled X, Y, and Z. So you're actually.
So I mean, it's like I have been called everything at this point, besides one thing, and I've been called everything under the sun, and I also am a scammer. Yes.
What's the one thing that you haven't been called?
It begins with a P.
Oh man, you're really baiting them in.
Yes, I have never been called pretty, which sucks because I actually take my finasteride every day.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Your eyebrows. Show the eyebrows off real quick. Get nice and close.
Bro, does he low-key look like Rasmer? Am I tripping?
Yeah,
am I making that up?
He's a lot more handsome than Rasmer. And Raz, I love you, but like Miz has a good Miz is a good-looking kid. You're a good-looking kid, bro. You are.
Thank you, man. It's that trauma weight I lost. It's the did me numbers.
You're in good shape, but are you becoming more unrelatable because of that?
I think my relatability now is,
or is it just about refining and attracting a new audience? Like
yes, but I think my relatability for sure is my failures. Because if I was successful as a streamer, if everyone loved me, if I was doing really well, my relatability is over. That era is done. I'm too rich. I have too much money. I don't look like shit anymore. But the fact that I've tumbled so far down, the fact that I've had such hardships and things could not go my way and I've been fucked over, I'm now relatable to the chat. So I guess that's the one good thing about all this is I'm very relatable to them, where it's like, damn, I've been thrown terrible bones and fucked over. And now that I'm resilient and I don't give up, that motivates them, where it's like, yeah, dude, like he's not giving up. This guy, despite literally being in a 20v1, is winning the 20v1 and hasn't given up because he's so resilient. And I think that is the relationship now.
You should never bet against the resilient motherfucker. Like that's a especially one that's been successful through as many metas and eras as you have. And that's how I feel about myself too. I feel like if you were a fucking chart, I'm buying low on you. I'd fucking slam myself, full port in myself. And this has been a cool conversation. Z, I want you to get into the Cerebrus stuff because it relates back to, I think, what me and Miz were talking about yesterday. What's your whole thesis on Cerebrus? Why do you think it's a good, interesting play? And that's the one I'm most excited about you talking about, like traditional market.
Yeah, so Cerebrus is interesting. It's one of the most popular like private AI companies right now. They are CBRS is it's not live yet on the thing. But so they are a company, like one of the most popular private AI companies right now. The reason they're one of the most popular AI companies right now is so there's training for AI, which is like when you're training the new models, teaching them things and actually building the models. And then there's inference. So inference in AI is whenever we go to chat or go to Claude and we ask it something, and then we're trying to get an answer and trying to build something. So that's inference. And there are a lot of companies who focus on building chips that are specifically for inference and are more performant in that way of computing. And Cerebras is one of the companies that's doing that. So they are reportedly like 50x more performant than Nvidia's inference. And the way that they do it, they have this like huge chip instead of a lot of the other semi companies have like smaller GPUs that are all connected together. They have one like really big chip, and the way they designed it makes them like the best company to go to for inference. So OpenAI is like, yeah, they're really cool. As you look them up, they the TBPN guys did a great interview with them, the CEO, like last September. So I just watched that recently. It's really good. But yeah, so OpenAI is like using them for all their inference right now, and their entire backlog is like 90% OpenAI. So I think it's like something crazy, like 20 billion of commitments that they have to like basically like, yo, go build as many of these chips as possible. We will fill whatever you can build, as many as you can build them, up to like 20 billion. And OpenAI is the one supporting that. So this is a really hyped IPO. And the reason it's important is because Anthropic, as we know, is like 1 trillion valuation. OpenAI is like 1 trillion valuation. A lot of the other AI companies that are so integral to this this bull market, you can't get access to. But Cerebras is deciding.
They're hitting $1 trillion in market, yeah.
Yeah, so Cerebras is trying to IPO, and they want to IPO, I think, at like 40 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they are trying to raise like 3.6, but it's obviously already oversubscribed. And
can you trade this anywhere right now? Can you trade this on Hyperliquid, Bullpen?
You can trade it on Bullpen. Yeah, so you can trade Cerebras on Bullpen.
What's the market cap at?
I think it's at like 60 billion right now on Bullpen.
Again, this next to fucking Nvidia or any of these multi-trillion-dollar.
Yeah, they're calling it the Nvidia Killer. That's what they're calling it, literally. Like that's what the popular tagline is for them.
What?
Yeah. So
when are they going to IPO?
I believe like definitely this year. I think over like the next few months. So I know people who are trying to like get in the round to buy like the actual raise that they're doing, and I know people who are buying like through Bullpen on Hyperliquid. So Hyperliquid
is you and your chat should really look into Hyperliquid and the platform and the product, because
definitely for sure, like 100%.
This will give you guys the option to like Robinhood. You're confined to what's actually out there in the public, right? Like, but on Hyperliquid, you literally trade Anthropic right now. It's trading at whatever 1.2 trillion, and if you think that's underpriced,
but it was a lot lower too. Like you could have traded it when it was when
did they open that market on Hyperliquid, and what did it open at on Hyperliquid? Do you know?
I want to say it was like around 500B. I think.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Fuck. But yeah, so like Hyperliquid is interesting because as a decentralized protocol, they allow other people to build on top of them, and so there are other companies that are enabling trading of like these pre-IPO companies, and they're just using perps for them because obviously it doesn't trade yet. It's not on the public markets, but people know generally like what it should be valued at, and so the volume that the perp does kind of determines the price, and that's why you can trade it now.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll look into CBRS or Hyperliquid. I'll look into these things. I do like your mining one. I think we're going to look into that literally right after the show. Is your mining idea, because I think mining is something that's very big for all metals that are needed. So I think that's a good play. My chat did like that one. And we'll look into it. I for the sake of what we're doing, this content for the stream shit, I'm really trying to like stay away from crypto, because I want my chat to understand that you don't need to do crazy play crypto stuff to try to make a big play. You could just invest slowly into the market. You can invest in the Googles. You don't need to do wild and insane shit to really build up money over time.
For sure.
And yes, cryptos make sense. Even Hyperliquid makes sense, but I want people to understand that stocks are very important, and it's everything, and that they can make money through that as well. Because I think right now a lot of people's sentiment for crypto is like it just goes towards scam, which it shouldn't in some ways. For some of them, like I think Ethereum's great, I think Bitcoin's great, but I think right now the sentiment is, why even care about crypto when the stock market's doing so well, when you could just invest in Google and make way more money than Bitcoin. I mean, I saw a tweet today that someone said, if you invested if you're 30 and you invested when you're in 18 Ethereum, if you invested, you were at the same amount of money you were today or something like that.
Yeah, Ethereum's flat over the past 5 years. I actually said it at the beginning of this episode. Like, AI stocks have crushed crypto over the past 2 years, and I'm a crypto guy.
That's crazy to think that you know it's literally just flat. It's had its highs and lows, but yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think the way that people should think about investing is it's like you have your high risk plays. For some people, that's crypto. For some people, that's like low cap stocks. For some people, that's options. And then you have your like core long-term plays, which is, as you said, like Google, Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, companies like that. I definitely agree. It's like you have to separate your portfolio into different buckets, and just like divvy up whatever extra income that you have and kind of deploy it the proper way. But I agree with you. You definitely should be preaching what you are preaching to them. It's very accurate.
Yeah, because I think a lot of viewers who are in their early 20s or 30s, whatever, they've just been told crypto. They've been told, these gambling and stuff like that, like really risky things to try to make money quick. They see social media and they're like, holy shit, how do I become rich like this guy? How does this guy make so money so much fast? And a lot of times it's just lies, right? It's pump and dumps, it's lies, it's bullshit. It's things that they don't own that house. A lot of times I've seen these guys who have these things like, I have this crypto to get into. I have this thing, I make billions of dollars. They rent an Airbnb for a day and pretend it's their house, right? They lie, and because of that,
people make TikToks on fake jets and shit. Like
exactly. And because of that, these viewers feel like they're falling so far behind, and that they need to do rich money quick shit. So they go to the crazy gambles that fail.
Yep.
And I want them to understand that, like, you don't need to do that. You can invest slowly over time.
It's just so unfortunate, though, man. We talked about this earlier, Ansem. We even made we touched on this, Miz, and I think we could probably wrap on this because it kind of sums up the entire thing, like this entire collab, the show, etc. It's unfortunately in like these mainstream communities, and like I use mainstream loosely, like in these streaming communities, even, which these are people that live on the internet. You know what I mean? They are on the internet for a lot longer than the average person, even. And even these people have kind of came to the conclusion that crypto equals scam. Right. And it's like, it's unfortunate because there are great products in crypto like Hyperliquid. There are great opportunities. Like your chat yesterday, we brought up Hyperliquid, we brought up Zcash, and to watch them scam.
It's our fault though. Like, it's crypto people's fault. I
agree. But like, it's like the fucking snake eating its own tail situation where it's like, fuck, man. Like, what is how do we fix it? Like, we're sitting here trying to.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but you fixed it by highlighting the important projects and highlighting what's doing well and what's innovating. I think that's the way, because it's true. I mean, we said it earlier. It's like 90% of startups fail. Like, a lot of VCs make investments that aren't great investments. So like, if you're in a space that's one of the newest spaces, the most innovative, you're obviously going to see people try new things that don't work, and you're going to see people bad actors come into the space. The thing about crypto, it's permissionless. And when you have something that's permissionless and decentralized, obviously it's like you have people who are going to take advantage of that. But the same thing that makes Hyperliquid such a great platform is the same thing that allows people to scam in that way. So it's like it's a double-edged sword.
Professionalism, because
99% of everything is a fucking scam, right? Like 99% of the fucking the tweets you read are a fucking lie and a fucking scam. It kind of goes hand in hand with everything, though. The way that you, the viewer, and the average person should navigate the internet in general, or anything in general, is be hyper skeptical and like do deep research and like come to your own conclusion. Like use all the tools that you can. That's the fucking thing that bothers me.
That's too much work for them. They don't want to do that.
They need other people to do it for them.
And those people point and fucking blame us. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm so still passionate about crypto, and I've just been. I feel like I've been in a lot of ways. Like, the baby has been thrown out with the bathwater. Like, this fucking scam crypto narrative really bothers me. And I like feel like it's part of my fucking purpose and part of my job to like correct that. But then you have like CT who fucking, you know what I mean, freaks out about X, Y, and Z. And it's just like fucking so weird. You know what I'm saying?
So I think a big problem with crypto too is not necessarily just the scams. I think it's the people behind the scams that have made people very annoyed. Because you got like crypto bros were a very popular thing, right? Like these guys with backwards hats, they act like douchebags. They're drinking beer all day. They're trying to tell you how to make money. They made $1 billion this year. They're trying to tell you how to do stuff. They're the ones that were successful. And they kind of ruined that feeling, these like chud-like people. When now, like you want professionalism, you don't see that a lot with crypto. And maybe it's getting better now, but for those eras during COVID and et cetera, it felt like these people really didn't understand what they were saying. They felt like they were taking advantage of you, and it's what caused that problem. Nowadays, I think like people love stocks. It's more buttoned up. It's more professional. It feels more professional. It doesn't feel like you're being conned into something. It doesn't feel like you're talking to a guy outside of high school, right? And I think that's why they feel that way with crypto. It has that same NFT feel, right? Where it's like,
I think it's just much Z. I think it's much worse than anybody on CT wants to admit. Like, I really think it's like so much worse. Here we are with somebody who's chronically online, MizKif. He understands the nuances of streaming, attention, whatever, his chat, whatever. He's dedicated the next 30 days of his platform, his content, to investing $300,000 into making as much money as possible for his chat. Hyperliquid is obviously a tool that him and his chat could use
for sure
in this effort. It's absolutely something you should understand and be using. The fact that there's any sort of resistance there, and the fact that the door is kind of shut immediately and it's chalked up as we want to stay away from crypto. And this is a chat of 6,000 people and a fucking streamer, with an audience of a lot more than that. It's like, that's really fucking bad. It's like the fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
but just give it time. If crypto's really not going away for a while, give it a few more years and it'll be okay. But the thing is, right now, it's like you got, crypto people, it's seen as like an ex-girlfriend that, went crazy. Now you're trying to get back together with her. She's like, oh, well, you were nuts. You got to show over time that you're not as crazy, and then maybe they'll
It's actually how I personally feel about my relationship with crypto. It's crazy that you could say that because it's like a really metaphor.
Who do you think of when you think of crypto, Miz? I'm actually interested. Like, what's your
my
like
ex.
No,
but actually, like thought leaders and people.
Like, if you're like crypto, who's like the most famous crypto person that you think you would like think of? Right?
Who do you think of when I think of crypto?
I think of
I'm curious with the chat.
I think of like Andrew Tate. like just that era.
Bro, can we please pull up the fucking back and forth?
Okay, like another example of someone is CoffeeZilla. Like, I think CoffeeZilla. I think Logan Paul really with the whole crypto zoo thing really fucked up crypto. That one was one that was really big.
Dang, he deleted them. Fuck.
Oh, he did?
He deleted.
Share your screen, though. Share your screen.
It's funny you say, bro, it's funny you say Andrew Tate, because there was a point like last cycle when all the meme shit was.
Listen, you broke mulatto fuck. I've never seen you. This is
bro, this is a legendary clapback, by the way.
This is you?
Yeah, this is me. It was me and him. We're going back and forth. So when the meme coin shit was popping off, Andrew Tate was one of the people, obviously was like, yo, I can make money doing this. I'm going to do this and get involved with this. And so like his team launched a bunch of coins. He supported a bunch of coins. And he was going back and forth with me because at the time I was like the Solana meme coin, whatever person. She was like, oh, I'm going to stir up shit with him. If I get like attention from all his followers, I'm going to get more people to buy my coin, X, Y, and Z. So we had a back and forth. I've never met this person, by the way. I didn't know him at the time. Never talked to him before any of this. But we had a period we were going back and forth, like talking shit to each other online. And I was basically telling him like, your coin's going to zero, X, Y, and Z. And he deleted the post. I wish I had what this shit said, because it was really fun. I had to reply to it because we were just like arguing. But at the time he was getting on me for boxing because I did some like celebrity boxing, got my ass beat bad, like publicly in front of a lot of people. And he was like saying I can't fight and all this other shit. But yeah, we've had our back and forth. So it's funny that you say Andrew Tate. At the time it was like CT was on my side and they were like, fuck him. We don't want anything to do with his coins.
Ansem for a while was like the fucking main character of crypto.
Yeah.
And he was like the fucking connector and the point of contact and like the bridge in for all these celebrities. Like I witnessed this live happen, by the way. Me and Z have been friends for years.
Yeah. Like, who's the most famous person you know then?
Way before the show. I mean, in CT, maybe. For sure.
Wait, you say who's the most famous person?
Who's
I know.
Famous person. Yeah.
Did I know that I've met? Yeah, I have met Kanye. I did talk to Kanye.
I was just about to bring this up. I witnessed this live, Miz. We're on Rodeo. I think you're still dating the same girl at the time, right? This is like the first day that you were ever with her. This was a fucking pretty pivotal, crazy, weird day. We're on Rodeo. We're in one of the stores, and everyone starts spamming like our phones and stuff, and Twitter's blowing up, CT's blowing up, and it's like, yo, Kanye just tweeted about you. And Kanye's like live tweeting, like, yo, Ansem, hit me up. Like, yo, Ansem, pull up on me. Like, shit like that. Like, And everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, and you pulled up on him. You linked him.
Yeah, but I mean, that was when we were on Rodeo. That was when I was already out there. He was tweeting the video of us talking back and forth to each other.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was texting me like, "Yo, what should the caption be for it?" And then he tweeted the video because he like had asked me to come out and talk to him about crypto and like teach him about crypto, what he should do, what he shouldn't do. Well, that's why I was actually in LA. That's why I was out there. Yeah, that was a crazy week. That was a crazy week. Unfortunately, he did not listen to what the advice that I gave him, but that's another story. But yeah, I mean, fucking 2024 was weird for me.
Yeah, I'm a big Kanye fan.
Yeah, he's great. He's super talented
too. I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time.
Yeah. He's
the greatest artist of all time.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, you sound like you've met. I mean, I think the most famous person I've met is Banks. Probably. I mean, honestly, I don't really know famous people. I know like yeah. I don't have that kind of ability. I typed in Aiden Ross's chat one time and he responded, so that was pretty cool. I know Mark Zuckerberg.
My favorite famous person is Saquon. Saquon's the GOAT. Saquon Barkley.
SB's the GOAT. He is. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're listen. I followed you on Twitter too. If you ever want to come on stream and talk, like, if you have,
you guys should, bro. You guys really should. And I floated a couple other names at you too, and I would trust Ansem more with this, but he could put you in touch with and in contact with people who, I'd love to talk more to you about this shit or accounts to follow or whatever. Like,
and also like there's a ton of, I don't want to say like crypto does have a bad reputation, but there's also a lot of really reputable people in crypto. They're just like not as well known as the people who are doing the bad thing. That's the fucked up part about crypto. It's like the people who are very good at marketing and like very good at attracting attention to themselves are usually the worst people. And there's a lot of good people who have like the core tenets of crypto at heart and are great evangelists of the technology that people don't really know about or get to talk to. So like if you ever want to talk to those people, I can put you in touch with those people as well. There's a lot of really great people in crypto for sure.
Can you get me in touch with Kanye?
I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know how close we are.
Does he want to invest and see if he can beat my chat?
Maybe.
I think Miz, we're gonna probably have to have a follow up next week. I'm
down to pull up for sure though. I'm down to come on.
Miz, if you're down, I think you should pop in for at least a little 15-minute window for the rest of the month. Next episode and the two following that, and we can kind of follow you on your journey and follow up this conversation. It makes sense. It's totally in line with what we're doing and what we're about. This is a really interesting conversation.
This was cool. It was fucking sick.
It was cool to watch you guys go back and forth. It was cool to watch you, Z, kind of download all the information in real time around like the streaming shit, the nuances of that. Yeah, best of luck to you and your chat as far as this fucking challenge goes. I think what you're doing is great. I think it's God's work.
Yep.
And we relate on a lot of things, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your resilience. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Just be the best you can be, and everything else will work out. Cream rises to the top, baby.
We have a very similar path, but one thing I know is that it's a path. It's not the end. You know, we're resilient. We work hard, and you know, I think now I've got good people in my corner, which is basically just my cat, and now I'll be good to go. But
and the six Asian girls that are tied up in the closet.
Well,
such a weird scene, bro. You're such a weird person.
I feel like you're making that up, bro. I don't see them. They're not on stream. I don't see them.
They were there yesterday. He might have cleaned. The maids might have came this morning. I don't know. Like,
well, they are the maids. One sleeps on my couch. She's actually a very successful person in K-pop. We just met watching Grey's Anatomy with each other one day.
There's one. Look,
yeah, that's a Bulbasaur. And then we have there was a MILF in my bed who slept over. Yeah, it's, you know,
they were all Asian. You definitely have a type. Definitely have a type.
No, I don't. It's just how the road takes you. I actually like Latinos the most, but we can talk about that next podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next show. Thank you, Mrs. Chat. You guys were good to me yesterday, and it was really, really fun. And this is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. I linked up with you. If you're in FaZe Bank's chat, if you want to watch me whenever he's not streaming, I'm on Kick. I'm doing this every single day. We're a very active community. We're constantly trading. So if you guys want to come over here and watch, and make some money yourself, we're here.
And Mrs. Chat, I know at least a few of you guys like me, so maybe follow me in these episodes that we do and support the show.
Spam his channel
and fucking follow me on this. I need people on this side. I appreciate you guys, and we're kind of all interested in the same type of shit. Appreciate you, Miz. Love, brother. Love.
Hey,
Thank you for
later,
coming on the
guys.
show.
Love,
No
bro.
problem. Peace out, guys, and thank you for everything.
Later.
Peace. That was great.
That was cool.
That was officially our first guest.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's
Me
funny.
too. Me too. And the fucking unfortunate truth is, a lot of people online, if you like open up Twitter, you'd see that it doesn't feel like a lot of people are very fond of him because of just the like drama that he's been wrapped up in with like other whatever. I just thought that along with also obviously him doing this like finance challenge thing feels very relevant. Feels very like
It's a weird overlap, honestly.
It's weird as fuck. And I don't know. That's Miz also too, like something I haven't really talked a ton about publicly. Like when all the shit was going down with me and the FaZe guys, Christmas is kind of where everything came to a head and really exploded. And he came over on Christmas Day, like at night, and was just like, yo, man, like, are you doing okay? Like kind of just sat with me and just like talked through the whole entire situation. And just meant a lot. Like there was no strings attached to that. There was no opportunity to be farmed or content around that. And like, not really used to that in terms of people who like make content, distribute content, stream, right? Like it's kind of like, that's very, very rare. So it's Miz, I'll always consider a friend at this point. Very unlikely random friendship that is formed over the last several months, but he has good ideas around GTA. We didn't even really get to talk about GTA with him, which
I know we could have went a little deeper on that.
Fuck, should we just call him back? Should we have him pop back on? We could. I kind of want to. We're already live. Like I low key.
We got bro. We got somebody in the waiting room to come.
Oh, do we? Who?
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said we should bring Easy on. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Can we bring him up? Where Easy at? Easy Eats.
Yo,
the
what's
goat.
What's good, my friend?
What's
It's been a
good,
minute.
brother? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I cannot complain. Life is good, man. The AI trades they've been fun, man. They've been fruitful.
Bro, I've been seeing you crush it, bro. I feel like you've been pretty
You're going crazy
consistent
right now, bro.
Yeah, you've been consistent with the streaming. You've been sharing the trades on stream. You've been posting your updates and everything, bro. How's that been? Like, put me on, bro.
It's
what am I
good,
missing?
bro. I mean, the big thing for me, like, just like you, I was a very early Solana bull, right? Like, you and me were so heavy early. You were obviously a little bit earlier. I got in August of 21 when the ETH NFT stuff was popping off. And I was like, dude, gas is crazy. I was like, this is nuts. Like, I'm spending thousands of dollars to mint a picture. And Solana Mint started, and I was like, okay, this is a much better user experience.
Yep.
So then I was like, this just makes sense. Then Steppen happened, and I was like, oh shit, okay, like this is the user experience people are gonna want. So I went like crazy hard on that. Did really, really well. And I mean, I've been trading equities since I was like 16 on like a custodial account and like all this stuff. So like I've been reading 10Ks and everything. Like I'm deep in the equity side, but I never really talked about it. And then now we have this like convergence of crypto and TradFi, and I'm like, okay. Now I can have some fun.
It's time.
So like, bro, this morning there was I'm really like interested in the Russell 2000 right now. So like low caps versus the mid and high caps on the equity market because the S&P is going crazy. But if you go down the risk curve, the Russell's outperformed the S&P year to date almost 2x. S&P's up 7%.
Year to date? Really?
Yeah, Russell's up 15.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
And people overlook that. So this morning I was like, yo, let me figure out which tickers have the most upside in the Russell that are like positive with their revenue and their AI adjacent. And this morning, me in the chat, I started a $1,000 account on equities that were just like running up with the chat. And I found this ticker called InnoData. So it's
What's the
INOD.
ticker? INOD. Okay.
Yeah, bro, wait till you see what it's looking at aftermarket. This shit is crazy.
Oh, it's up. Oh shit.
So we
Damn.
want calls on this morning.
Damn. Oh, you're
2
up.
weeks
Up.
out.
You're up fat.
Yeah, up, like stupid up. They beat
That's
earnings
it.
by 433%. But I was like wicked positive this thing would crush when I looked at the business model, bro. So they label data. It's a data labeling company. So when AI ingests data, it has to have labels on where to aggregate it so that when the model actually takes that data and knows where to like put it for the model, this company is a third party that just labels all that data. So it's an AI labeling company. I was like,
Not
okay,
to-
now.
Not to
What's
get
that?
this highly intelligent finance conversation up, but I heard you say wicked.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Yeah.
Are you from Boston?
I lived there for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. So I
There
used
you
to
go.
watch you and the guys when you guys had the house early, like dumb early. You would
The New
dab
York
all
house.
those dudes.
The New York
Like
house.
way back.
Your demographic is exactly the people that show me the most love. It's
Bro.
it makes me feel incredibly old. Like that this is the type of conversation where I'm like, wait, you are 40 years old. You are pushing 40.
I mean, bro, I'm right there with you. I turned 33 this year, so like CT calls me young. They call me old because I'm still trading memes and still like in the trenches with some of these dudes. And listening to them, I'm like, okay, you guys are much younger than me. Like,
appreciate you coming on the show, bro. And I something that really sparked interest in what you guys were just talking about is how TradFi and crypto are kind of like the merge happening. It's all becoming one thing, which I think is really, really good for not. Oh, are you guys putting his name tag in? The fuck is production doing? Not. That threw me off. But obviously I'm like attention media content brain, fucking FaZe banks, FaZe the fuck up, New York FaZe house, whatever. I've been doing that my entire life. I feel like finance, especially like crypto, like internet, capital markets, like deep, whatever. I feel like the content vertical has been super underwhelming, super lacking over the last couple cycles and over the recent years. And even today, like we have like Thread Guy doing his thing and fucking Raz has a stream and they have like these little small niche audiences.
Yeah.
We obviously see what TBPN does, but that's more like the traditional tech side of things. How do you feel about the show? Like, I know obviously us coming out with this show, like, you know, there's some mixed reviews.
Bro, I think it's a good dynamic. Like, I know that I've seen a bunch of takes on CT about it, and it's one or the other extreme. Some people are like, I hate this, and other people are like, this makes sense. And I think the two of you guys have such a unique dynamic because, like, I've gone back and forth with Ansem forever, like literally for years at this point, just like talking theses and like very publicly. Because me and him have done very similar things on the timeline where it's like just post your trade. Like, and I know people get pissed when like you lose or don't have a good trade, but at the same time, my thought is like, if I'm not posting the trade, someone else will. And like 100%. For me, I would rather air it out because when one person wins, it feels that much better. And I know like when I lose, they lose too, but it's not like I'm not taking these trades. So like if I'm taking them, why not share it? And your guys' dynamic's so interesting, especially listening to that whole conversation with Miz, was talking the whole content side of things was really interesting to then see him getting into the finance side. I saw his video obviously and I was like, okay, this is all slowly clicking because my bet on everything, and it's actually like the whole core thesis why I'm long Robinhood, which is wicked funny, is more people are going to spend time online and more people are going to navigate to the things that kind of do everything in one place, right? Like streaming makes sense. I think modern day media is going to move to the internet. I think shows like this, people are going to tune in. I like that it's only once a week because it's way easier for people to tune in once a week and commit however long for that once a week versus every day for multiple hours, which is where you see more of the clips. But then I also think like more people are going to spend more time online and the younger generation coming up is going to find more of their information online. So like long-winded answer, I like the idea you guys have for this. And I'm excited to continue to see it grow. And you guys are both so well connected that you're going to have awesome guests on. So it's like, it just makes sense. And you guys are both just educating, like watching both of you learn about different topics helps the audience because Z is going to pull an audience of people from CT. You're going to pull an audience from the creator side and everything else. And just people who know you from the content, that it's going to kind of blend these two worlds that I think just make the most sense.
It's cool that that's what you've gathered and got.
That,
that's exactly what we're going for. That's exactly what we're trying to accomplish with this. That's exactly why I think him and I make perfect sense as far as just like being the host of the show.
Oh, it's a perfect match in my opinion. I think you guys are doing the right thing here. And I'm excited just to see some of the tickers because I also heard you guys mention Eaton. I think Z mentioned it.
Yeah, last week.
I was on TG stream last week and I mentioned PWR, Quanta Services. Similar play. And that thing went crazy. But it's like when I look at the AI stuff, I'm like going layers deeper where like I'd rather just bet on the data center than which AI model is going to win because they need the data center more than anything else. And then like when you really get down to it, dude, you could like just buy copper and uranium. Because
I know. I saw they're like breaking out right now, both of them.
So uranium's going to go crazy. Like in my opinion, bro, Microsoft's rebuilding 3 Mile Island.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Spinning it up. So like when you start to get really down into the granular level of this stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, you could literally bet on copper for the wires that are needed for data centers and uranium to power it. And you don't have to care about anything else outside of that. So that to me is just like, you could get so granular with this trade and there's so many levels that haven't broken out. We're like this data labeling play. It's 1.4 billion. You mentioned WIF. WIF traded at 2x the market cap of this this public.
I know, bro. It's crazy.
Like, bro, what are we doing here?
Bro, I didn't realize like how low a lot of these stocks are, bro. I honestly didn't. I had no idea. It's like if you go really deep in research, and it's companies that have been around for like years and years and years.
Like this company's been around 10 plus years, and I'm like, why is it trading at 1.4 billion? And AI needs this. Like, what are we talking about here? This is crazy to me.
I was gonna ask you what the market cap of that shit was. That's insane.
1.45. I mean, now it's probably like 1.7 because it's up 25% after hours.
Yeah,
So
what company is this? It's called
called
Innodata, right?
Yeah, Innodata, INOD. It's like, dude, I found it this morning and had never even looked into it before. I stream in the mornings, like pre-market open, and we like live trade with the audience because I do $1,000 hyperliquid portfolio, $1,000 equity portfolio to just like make it relatable, like sizing wise, because there's a lot of people who don't have the capital that like a lot of people who make content. And I'm like, all right, let's make this like wicked relatable where you can buy a call option for $150.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, we buy calls. I'm like, this feels severely undervalued. They have earnings, and bro, the earnings chart, it beat by 433%. And their guidance is like, yeah, we're going to do 200% revenue this year.
You have a pretty good understanding of like content and stuff. Are you like aiming to do that? Have you been doing more and more content?
Yeah, so I'm streaming 5 days a week in the morning at 9 a.m.
Oh, sick. Sick. I was unaware. That's cool. That's awesome.
So, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I make YouTube videos and all this other stuff. It's much smaller. I'm like way bigger on X, but I blew up on X because I just was so public with trades. Because when I got into the space, dude, I hated the
That's
KOL.
what I did too. Like all the NFT stuff, all my earliest stuff, I just posted what I bought. Like, and I would post when I sold, and it was
that's a big thing. And I took it even one step further, where I posted my exit targets on NFTs.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm buying here.
I try to do it with MLG. I posted I'm gonna start trimming profits at 100 mil, and I didn't. I top blasted instead, and still I'm in the fucking.
Bro, I don't know if you remember this.
It's like
you and me went band for band on MLG on the timeline.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we both blasted 10K.
I'm familiar with your name, by the way. Like I've obviously seen you on CT. We've gone back and forth. Like I recognize you for sure. I didn't know you were as deep into the content stuff, but then you were there. You saw how it started, like the MLG. Bro, I fucking bought that off the timeline at 3 mil, and then I'm like, wait a second. My thesis starts to build. FaZe Banks just bought MLG, so now this is like the gamer culture coin. This is when all the culture coin fucking shit's going. There's fucking 10 different coins with multi-billion-dollar market caps. I got fucking Kenny the Quant in the next room. Like, this is the easiest fucking 20x in crypto. And then I start buying it, and fucking, it's fun for me because it's like hits so close to home, whatever. And then obviously, you know, Trump does his thing, Mulaney does his thing. I go on a fucking Aiden Ross stream, and now it's like
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it happens, bro. Like I'm ready for it too, because I'm gonna post bad trades that people take and get pissed. But it's at the same time, like my response is always, well, you're not posting your trades.
But it's
like,
also
bro, nobody's doing it, bro. Like literally nobody's doing it. Nobody's.
It was a great trade.
It was objectively a good trade. Buy this at $3 million. It ran to $200 million. I made people rich with this call. I made people rich talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fucking, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just part of the game, though, bro. Like,
I know.
For sure.
And it's why, like, even when people were trying to FUD Ansem for the $1.50 thing, I found the thread and just quoted it. It was like, all right, chat. He did, in fact, buy it. Like, just had the receipt. I was like, it's literally right here. Like, I don't know why we're going crazy over this. He bought it.
Like, so like, it loops all the way back to the point and purpose of the show. Is just worry about yourself, invest in yourself. You almost gotta put the blinders on, because it's like something as silly as the Ansem thing. Like the you're lying and LARPing about buying at $1.50. There's clear evidence on Twitter. You're 2 clicks away from finding it, and you're not bothering to get there because it's more fun for you or more favorable to farm the way that people do. You know, it's
people
like,
care more about impressions than their own bankroll, which is just a crazy thesis.
100%.
It's so true, though.
You care more about a couple Elon bucks than actually making your money go up. Like, there's so much good value on X too when you really start going down the rabbit holes. Like, bro, some of the best accounts are like 300-400 followers, and they just have like straight alpha where they're like, here's all the data you need, go look for yourself. And it's where I find like a lot of good stuff
that's why understanding attention.
I found a lot of people
like you're trying to command attention through making content on your own and streaming every day, which is like the traditional way you would think when we say attention, command attention. Attention's important, but even just understanding the way that it works, the way that attention is traded, the way that attention is accumulated, and how it's like passed around is like super important. And it obviously relates heavily back to finance. I think it's just as important, if not more important. And over the next 5 to 10 years,
like attention things, like Thread Guy's been killing it on the attention trades.
Like
he caught HIMS, which was a pure momentum trade. And you guys were talking about that before. There's like a couple other tickers in there that I'm like publicly traded companies that I'm like, if the peptide stuff pops, this will be interesting. Where like you can really go down some rabbit holes and find some interesting stuff. But you do also just have to understand like some of the risk on like medical trades and how clinical trials do and shit like that, which is like, it gets confusing because you're like, okay, this should have gone up, but they failed the clinical trial. Like there's a bunch of that stuff, but
especially
really,
if you're coming from CT because you're so used to things happening so quickly, and like a tweet could fucking, 2x of fuck. Yeah.
Like a tweet could send a coin from 10 mil to 100 mil. And that's like a 10x on size in crypto, right? Especially right now where like nothing's really moving.
Yeah.
But it's been interesting, man. I think you guys have like a really good conversation, a lot of it. And I've been listening obviously to this stream and the last one you guys did, where you highlighted some really good stuff, especially on the AI infra. And you guys brought up like the Leopold Ashbrenner. If you haven't, dude, situational awareness, the document he wrote is so good.
It's crazy, bro. It's fire. I'm like, bro,
I read all 165 pages. Like I nerded out one night and just read the whole thing. And I was like, oh, this dude gets it.
Everybody watching right now, that's your homework from now until the next episode. Everyone go read that. Go read situational awareness.
What do you think on like the AI versus crypto conversation that we've been having back and forth? Because like I pretty apparently see that like there's so many opportunities right now with like the AI stocks and different parts of the stack. But I still obviously still love crypto, still spend time on crypto. How are you like splitting your time between both, or like what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, bro, so with Hyperliquid, you're kind of always watching crypto, right? Like I caught the Telegram trade. I was really happy about that because Pavel Durov was like, we're going to make this the official Telegram coin. And I'm like, it's one of the most used apps in the world. This is going to go up. But then it still makes me go into the layers. I'm like, okay, well, they have inflation and unlocks happening all summer. It's not going to go back to all-time high, but it'll probably go 50% of that, right? Yeah. So there's still pockets that I look at. The Zcash trade, I'm like, very tough to figure out because I'm like, yeah, I get the quantum, it's quantum proof, it's privacy, and I've made some money on it, but I have never held it long enough. Yeah. But with like HIP3, I'm like, oh, I can trade earnings on a crypto product. I should also just buy hype with every profit I make because I'm using this product and I don't have to buy calls and I don't get crushed by the Greeks. And for those that are unfamiliar with the Greeks, it's the math that goes into options.
I feel like that's the most tried and true. And again, this is like my normie brain, but like you just buy what you use. You buy what you like.
100%.
Yeah.
I use Telegram every day. Why would I not buy Ton? I use Hyperliquid every day. Why would I not buy hype? And I'm like, okay, yeah, those are pretty straightforward trades to me. And then like you can obviously go, I've never even heard of InnoData until today. And it just worked out.
How did you find that?
Bro, so I literally was doing like research last night on the Russell 2000 and profitable AI companies that make up the Russell 2000. For those unfamiliar with Russell 2000, it's the low cap index, similar to the S&P, but low caps. So it's like lower market caps. It's not Google, Amazon, et cetera. It's like very low caps. And I think the number is like 70% of the companies in the Russell 2000 basically go bankrupt every year and they just backfill it. So it's like, it's crazy. But the ones that make it out, send hard.
Oh, okay.
So I was going down and I was actually using AI to do a bunch of the research on it because it'll research faster and find better context for me. And it sourced this and was like, they do data labeling. And last quarter, they said that they were signing major contracts in Q4 for next year. So I was like, okay, if they do have major contracts, this thing should absolutely pump.
Rip.
And sure enough,
that's legendary, bro.
I thought it would go up to like 50. It taps 60 and I'm like, okay, yeah, these 50 calls I have it's going to be nuts. And already people were hitting me up like, dude, great call. You're the fucking man. Like, we appreciate you. And I'm like, yeah, just this one just worked out. But like, there's a bunch of other stuff that we've done really, really well on in the AI stuff. Like Iron was one I've been really long on. And they just signed a deal for a letter of intent from Nvidia to buy shares at $70 for $2.2 billion worth of shares. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Like data center play, infra play. It's similar to Bloom Energy, but just adjacent to it. So I'm like, okay.
Even hearing you talk about this right now and Z, oftentimes when you start getting into like your thesis around shit and your thoughts on markets, it's very, very clear that you guys spend a lot of fucking time doing this. You guys definitely know what you're talking about. For the average viewer at home, somebody who's closer to my side of the spectrum, somebody who has, a fucking full-time job or goes to school or can't spend 8 hours a day on this. Maybe they can spend 30 minutes to an hour a day. What do they do? Like
you buy
how do they invest? What is it?
You buy ETFs, the basket of it. So there's one called DRAM, DRAM. It's Round Hill Memory ETF. And you're basically betting on Intel and these other memory producers, right? So it's a bigger basket, but you don't have to do all this research on individual tickers. Look for ETFs on topics that are interesting. Like I found DRIV probably 5 years ago when EV and electric vehicles were popping off. And it was just a basket of electric vehicles. And I was like, oh, more people are going to drive electric vehicles over the next 10 years. Pretty straightforward bet where I can just bet on the industry versus tickers. So if you don't have a ton of time,
How'd that
find
one
a
work out
topic
for
that
you?
makes sense.
How'd that
What'd
one?
you say?
How'd that one work out for you?
Good. It did well. Yeah, it did very well. Went from like $16 to 40. And I was like,
Nice.
okay, yeah, this is great. But like your returns are obviously capped, but size of return is indicative of how much time you can spend.
Yep, of
right?
course.
So if you don't have a ton of time, you can find a ton of 2Xs, but I think they're going to come from these baskets where it's
Yeah.
like you can bet on spaces and verticals. And just right now, it's like, okay, I can find an AI ETF, I can find the memory ETF, I can find the mining ETF. And right there, you have basically the big three for AI that can cover your bases. And if AI keeps going parabolic, you're good. And when you look at memory and mining, if quantum becomes a huge trend in the next 10 years, those will also go up because of it. So it's like, yeah, you kind of have this adjacent trade to the two.
It's good advice.
No, it's
How
fine.
much are you using AI these days?
I use
What's
it every
that?
day.
Yeah. How with everything that you do? It's just a
Everything.
part
So
of the-
like every morning I wake up, I have a prompt that sends it to me at like 7:30 of everything I missed overnight. Like it gives me a
Sick.
document to read. And
the
then at
crawl, the
8:45,
heartbeat. Yeah.
yeah, my heartbeat gives it to me. And then
Yeah.
at 8:45, it gives me like a show prep document of the things to talk about that are relevant over the last 24 hours. So it's like a
Fire.
producer basically.
It sounds like you are quickly getting much better at this. It sounds like you're very, very good at it. And yeah, I'm just curious to how much you would attribute that to like your relationship with AI and that tool that you
ton.
use. Yeah.
A ton,
See,
man.
chat.
Like the more
Guys,
AI
listen.
you use,
Yeah.
the faster you can find stuff. The innovative trade was sourced by AI, like 100% sourced by AI.
Yeah.
And it just made me, and I just started asking AI questions or ask the AI questions about it. And you don't have to do a lot of the legwork to get the information. Like, dude, I don't use Google anymore. I have
no
Claude and
reason.
ChatGPT on my phone. Like, I just asked that the question.
Yeah, of
There's not
course.
60 ads, and there's not a bunch of bullshit that's.
And again,
sourced
you're
in-
obviously a natural first adopter of tech like this, a tool like this,
Yeah.
because you're in finance, you're in crypto, you're chronically online, this, that. But like everybody at home should be kind of
Doing the same
working in the
thing.
same,
Yeah.
working along these same lines, whether you fucking own a gym or you're a student or whatever. Like, yeah, hours and hours and hours on that. That's interesting. Fuck, man.
Yeah, even
It's a
for
weird work.
people who like have no idea, like if you started from zero with the AI trade, if you have ChatGPT or Claude, you can like get there in a relatively fast amount of time on understanding everything. Like you were saying, Banks, you said like, what would you do if you don't have 8 hours a day? Even if you have like an hour after work, like a couple hours on the weekend, it's like if
Bro,
you
got
know,
15 minutes on the toilet at your job,
Bro,
just
like-
find out the question. Like, it'll
Yeah.
answer before you're done. I promise you.
yeah. And like what I've been doing, I think that's been helping a lot is like you can actually ask it how to ask better questions, which is a crazy recursive loop that's going on. But
Yes,
like
yeah.
if you don't know exactly what questions to ask about a certain topic or a certain field, you can be like, okay, what's a good prompt for this? Or like I want to know more about this. I know this. Give me a better question to ask an LLM that I should post. And it literally will give you something to ask, and then you can use that and it'll give you more information. And then on that information, you can be like, I want to get more information on this specific part. Like you can just keep recursively asking it questions. And if you're really curious and interested in like what you're trying to learn, you will figure it out pretty quickly. I think it's pretty crazy how fast it accelerates.
What are you using, Easy? What's your stack? Like what?
So I'm between Claude and ChatGPT. Like I use OpenClaw, but I have it fall back to ChatGPT.
Mhm.
It kind
I do
of goes
both as
back.
well. Same exact. I think it's the best setup. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. And it goes, I kind of go back and forth on the two because they're both competing for the better model. And that's only going to keep happening. I saw the Elon news where they're like, he's basically partnering with Anthropic. And it's so clear he's partnering with Anthropic to kill OpenAI.
I know, right?
I'm like,
That's
okay, dude,
crazy.
it's clear what you're doing.
He's such
Like,
a
I get it.
sicko. He's such a
Yeah,
sicko.
absolute madman. Dude's calling him Sam, or yeah.
How does it
Scam
deliver you?
Baldwin,
How does it
whatever
deliver you
it was.
this information in the morning? You said it gives you stuff 7 a.m. What does it look like? Is it just a text document?
It's a text file with
You should
hyperlinks.
ask it. You should ask it to make you like a slideshow, like a deck. I
Yeah,
have every morning it delivers me a morning brief of like shit that I missed in the night or things that I have ahead of my day. Like it's obviously
Pretty cool.
looped into all of my scheduling. I actually have I feel like a unique relationship with AI, and a big reason why I like really found myself falling down the rabbit hole is because a question that I'll ask these models when I first discovered Claude, one of my first questions is like, hey, I'm FaZe Banks. Like, because there's a ton of information on me on the internet. I'm FaZe Banks. Go scrape as much information as you possibly can on me, and then ask me questions to try to better understand me and maybe what the internet maybe is missing. And it just gave me a very human response. And like Claude blew my fucking mind with how it responded, went back and forth with me on that. And I just took the deep pill, and like that's when OpenClaw was popping off. So I set it all up. And now like I'm kind of obsessed with it just like being very honest with me and like catching blind spots in my own personal life or professional life. I record every fucking meeting that I do with my legal, finance, as it relates to everything that I'm invested in or a part of, my day-to-day life, my workout routine, what I'm eating every day. I'm trying to give it as much information about me as possible. I literally shared I've been journaling every day, twice a day for the last year and a half of my life. And I took pictures of each page and gave it to it. And I'm like, I want you to understand me better than fucking anyone possibly could. And I want you to be unbiased. I don't want you to be a yes man. Like you said, the recursive loop, like don't be a fucking yes man. Ask me better questions. And every day in the morning, it asks me 10 questions. And at the night, it asks me 10 questions. And it's building the skill of just understanding me and helping me become like an optimal human. I think that opportunity is for anybody. Like anybody could go do that today. And build that relationship with AI in that regard, even if you're fucking jobless, you know what I mean? Like, even if you
100%.
don't have something like in the way that we're kind of talking about. I don't know. It's really interesting. I think that the way that everybody's using AI is obviously kind of just replacing Google with it, but I think there's just so much more there that you need to. I think you said an hour, you said 15 minutes. I think I would go as far as to say, I think that everybody, especially if you're watching this, it should be mandatory in your day-to-day, like to carve out an hour a day where you really like learn this shit.
100%.
Deep on this shit.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I think it's spot on. I think it's like as much time as you want to put into it is what you get out of it, which is like a nice part of it too. It's like you figure out ways to ask it questions, and to Z's point, it's like you can have it start to ask you questions back, which is such a fascinating concept, because it's like, okay, I can get better, and this thing can get better at understanding what I'm trying to achieve.
And bro, it just catches everything. It sees the whole view.
The more context, it gets better and better. Yeah.
But it has all the context in real time, and it notices everything in real time. Like that's another thing that I've gone like really deep on in my own head, where like we're having this conversation right now, and I'm focused on your guys' faces and your reactions to what I'm saying. But there's a million things around me, like the floor, what the floor looks like, and what the temperature in the room is, and everything. And when AI seeing it and processing, it's processing everything. Like a good example from my own life. I just recently moved into a new place, and I went out and bought a bunch of plants, and I'm like taking pictures of each plant. And I'm like, how do I take care of these? What's the watering schedule look like? I asked ChatGPT and Claude everything, right? And it just like, I was putting a book next to each plant to give it a size reference. And it's like, yo, I don't need that. Like I'm much smarter than you think. Like I don't need the book. Thank you though. But it noticed that I was putting it as a size reference. I didn't add that context. It noticed that. And then it caught like, out of the corner of its eye, I have a mirror from this artist. His name's Drought. And it's like this big giant iPod mirror. And it added a little bar at the end and was like, by the way, that's a really fucking cool mirror, that iPod mirror. And it's like crazy ironic that it's Drought and we're talking about plants. It like caught that and made that connection where I would never do that. But it noticed that. I don't know. It's a dumb story, but it's like these things happen.
No, but it's fascinating because it picks up on the nuances that you don't even think of. And it's like, okay, this is like kind of crazy that it's so contextually aware. Which is nuts.
Like socially aware. Like that's a very human thing. That's something that your friend would say, and you're like, damn, you're smart. You're sharp. That was quick.
I was listening to Raoul Paul today, and he's confident AGI will happen in the next 5 years. And I'm like, that's pretty nuts.
Gary Brockman, we reacted to a clip. He said we're 80% of the way to AGI. And then the Leopold guy says fucking 2027, right?
Yep. Yeah.
It's here. It's happening.
I know, bro. Like what the fuck? What is it gonna look like in 5 years from now?
Bro, it's
unfathomable, brother. It's like the internet created the possibility and opportunity for like things like social media to exist. We never you couldn't imagine that being a thing without first the internet being a thing. You couldn't conceive it. Nobody had the idea of this being a thing because, one has to come before the other. It's like electricity made way for the internet made way for social media, which made way for AI. And that's going to make way for some brand new thing that everybody participates in that controls the way that we interact as people that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, it's
we
nuts.
can't even fathom it yet. That's the fucking craziest part. That's why, like, obviously, like AI is going to take over. It's going to change everything. Yeah, like on the it's going to disrupt markets. It's going to replace jobs, whatever. But like, what's that next fucking thing that we're all glued to our phones? We all have this other life on our phone, and it's Instagram and it's Twitter and it's this. It's that. What's that? What's gonna follow AI? It's
tough to say, man. It's just gonna be fascinating to see. And it's one of those things where it's like, I think the metrics are crazy where it's like less than 10% of people are using AI today. So it's like,
that can't be true. That's true.
No, yeah, it's true. I think I have the fucking let me see if I can pull it up.
It's the Luddites, man. It's the Luddites. It's the people who said we don't need the internet or fuck the internet.
And there's also there's 8 billion people. So 10%. is like, that's still a pretty substantial number, but it's like in the grand scheme of things, I bet those numbers are skewed, obviously. Like in the US, I'm sure that number is much greater. In Europe, I'm sure that number is much greater. But then like there's obviously countries where it's much lower.
I actually had Claude build me this like pyramid, like pie chart of like how many people use AI as much as X, Y, and Z, and like it's obviously an overwhelming majority of people that do use AI use it on very surface level. How do I fucking bake banana bread? How do I change my tire? And what's the UV out in Beverly Hills? I want to go for a walk.
What are some nice restaurants near me?
Yes. Like, what's the closest coffee shop?
Yeah. So I found the actual chart. This is the chart. It's like each dot is 3 million people. And then all of the gray dots are like never used AI. All of the green dots are like using the free version. And then yellow is pay for $20 a month. And then red is using the coding. And this is like everybody. So like it's
every day. I mean, like we just started, and you guys are talking about the clipping side of things. And like we just built an in-house clipping infrastructure that I built in like 48 hours because like Z, I have a software development background. So a lot of people don't even know that, but it's like, I've got a software development background, which this has only amplified my ability to go and spin stuff up. Like my GitHub's never been so active, and it's like, oh, I just have an idea. I can just go make it in like a few hours with like level of depth that I could have never made in 5 years.
It's crazy, bro. It's like people always ask, how do I get to be like the top 10%? How do I get to be the top 5%? You just look at the chart. It's like literally right now you have the opportunity to do something that a lot of people are not doing and improve yourself 10x. Like right now today.
Yeah. Literally. Like this minute. Like it's crazy.
It might be the best thing ever. The people that are watching that are currently unemployed, that might be the fucking best thing that could have ever happened for you because you can quite literally commit all of your time to this, as you should. The window of time and opportunity is currently shrinking. Like you said, whether it's 5 years out or 1 year out, we don't have a ton of time. You know,
well, I also got a crazy thesis that AI is going to become like a rich person's game at some point.
Please, let's hear it.
So because if you look at the data right now, the amount of subsidized compute that these companies are giving the average user is like through the roof. So for the average Claude user, every $200 sign up is spending upwards of $20,000 per month on compute. The average $20 user is spending $2,000. So when you start to break that down, it's like you're going to reach a point where you can't subsidize as much anymore because these companies have to be more profitable. So whether it's ChatGPT going ads or Claude removing Claude code from the $20 subscription, they ultimately have to figure out a way to make these revenue positive, right? So that's like the main thing I think about is like at some point, the best models are only going to be able to be accessed by the people with the most money. And that's like, you even look at this Mythos model, right? Like the Claude Mythos that's got everyone scared.
Yep.
That thing is the thing where it's like, people have access to it. We don't, but there's people with money who do.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. It's already happening now with the Mythos model that Claude has. I agree. It's like, I think the one like optimistic part of it is how much cheaper each model is getting like as time goes on. Like right now, the cost to use the best model in 2022 or whatever it was is like way lower now than it was back then. So that's the good thing. But I do think it's going to be like there's only certain people in certain corporations that can use the best models. I 100% agree with that. It's 100% true.
Easy, you saw us talk about this, the CL have-nots. It's kind of in line with what you're talking about.
Spot on.
It's like everybody who owns all the fucking compute and the AI is just it's a rich man's game. Yeah,
and it's only going to get worse. Like that's the reality. Like the best access to this stuff. So it's like if you can get access to it now, use it because that's going to change.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you can't tell me everyone's going to be able to have this level of for $200 a month. It sounds like a lot, but what you can achieve for $200 a month significantly outweighs the cost.
People are struggling to invest in these opportunities because they're not being made public until, all the rich people get in. So it's already is very much turning into a rich man's game.
Oh, absolutely. But I even think like going down that rabbit hole for like investing in the best AI model, it's like I don't need to invest in Claude or OpenAI. I don't want to invest in them at $1 trillion market cap because like I think equity top is when all these companies IPO near the same time. There's a race for these AI companies to IPO. That's the current race that's happening because there's not enough capital in the market to sustain SpaceX at $1 trillion, OpenAI at $1 trillion.
We saw that happen in crypto. We saw that happen in crypto, even when markets were super bullish for a long time.
Coinbase IPO was the top in April 2021.
Yep.
But even like even tokens like getting in like pre-sale, like so many like coin launches and project releases and stuff, like their all-time highs were pre-sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole meta played out and everything else. And I think the same thing will happen with equities. Like the PE ratios are so nuts right now and I'm just like, okay, there will be a top at some point. And
So
I mean, the driving factor right now is like midterms too. Like you have midterm elections, and for those unfamiliar with like the way that the politics system works too, is you need a good economy going into midterms, at least on the market, for people to want to try to bet the incumbent. So like Republican House and Senate is largely driven by a good economy. So like you want the market to be all-time highs going into midterms.
Yeah. Have you like with the, I know you did some stuff with the prediction markets in that lane. Have you been following like the NBA playoffs or any of that at all?
Of course, dude. Yeah. So I hooped in college for a year.
No, really? Where'd you play? Really? That's
really
fun.
small. It was a small D2 school. So yeah, it's
Have you ever played with Thread?
Yeah, me and Thread played one-on-one. He cooked me though. I was pissed. I was so out of
TG's
what's
good,
wild
bro.
is I was so out of shape from being chronically online in 21, 22, and I was confident I could beat him. We played. He cooked me, and I went on this crazy weight loss journey right after, where I cut like 30 pounds because I was like, "Fuck this! I'm so out of shape." Got back to dunking, all this stuff, and I'm like, then we ended up playing together.
How tall are
in New
you?
York. 6 feet, 6'1".
And you can fucking yam it?
Yeah.
Wow.
For real? Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's fun. Well, we
Dude, I'll
gotta
send
play.
you a video of it. I still have videos of me like even recently. I hoop 3-4 times a week right
Yeah,
now.
we have runs
that's
3-4
dope.
times a week in LA. If you're ever in LA, seriously, hit
100%.
me.
I'd love to.
Luca
bro.
came and played. Luca, Pudgy Penguin.
Yeah,
That's
we
my
both
guy.
played
So
with
I used to
Luka.
play with him
Yeah.
in Miami. We
Ask
play
him. They're
every
good.
single Saturday, Sunday. We play
They're good
constantly.
runs. They're good runs.
That's my guy. So that's funny.
He's the
But yeah,
best. He's
so
the best.
I've been watching the playoffs. I had a position on the Timberwolves to win the chip. So when they beat the Nuggets, I sold out of that. Because dude, it was like sub a cent. But the prediction market stuff, even the finance on prediction markets are way more interesting. You can trade up down daily markets for equities.
Yeah.
So like today, I bought up on Nvidia last night at 40 cents, right after they announced a deal, and they closed today plus 3%. It was like one of the few green tickers. So like you can find these opportunities. It's almost like a same day option on prediction markets. And there's decent enough liquidity that you can make a few thousand a day if you're good with equities where they're so mispriced. Where I'm like, you can watch the pre-market, watch the open, see what the directional bias is, and take a swing on it. And I've been doing fairly well with those. So it's fun to find just opportunities in prediction markets because your counterparty is another person. So I'm like, that's way more interesting versus options, contracts, and shares. You're either buying from a fund or selling to a fund. I'm trading against another human being who thinks Amazon's going to go down today, even if all the metrics
are through the roof. Yeah, I was gonna say like probably trading those certain prediction markets is like a lot easier than trading against the people who are constructing these options because like the people building the options they don't really lose, bro.
They never lose.
They never
if you sell an
lose,
option
bro.
contract, you win. It's like the counterparty on a parlay.
Yeah.
If someone takes a parlay, that's why casinos crush because parlays are so EV negative. On prediction markets, I can go trade dude, I play options on there all the time because I don't have to buy or not options. I play earnings. I don't have to buy an options contract.
My dad was a bookie. My dad was a small time bookie out of Boston. I heard him on the phone constantly collecting money from people, talking about this, talking about that. And yeah, that's how he made all his money. Parlays. And he always taught us because he was a fucking degenerate gambler himself. So he couldn't tell us not to gamble. But he was like, don't ever do parlays. Parlays are sucker bets. And that's how I make money. And that's how everyone in this industry makes money.
Bro,
it's the number one way.
Bro, the Sixers beat Boston in 7, bro. And now we're playing the Knicks now.
Go fuck yourself, buddy. What are we trading? Or what are we trading?
So Sixers right now, I think I'm gonna take them tomorrow. They I think they're down 2
right
against
now,
the Knicks.
1.5 points.
They're favored. It's basically flat. I think I'm gonna take Sixers to win tomorrow because we're down. So we can't lose 3 in a row. That's crazy. It's impossible.
Is Embiid back?
I don't know if he's back. I know he was
OG
hurt.
went down. OG and Anunoby went down on the Knicks late in the game last night. I think a knee injury, small tweak. They haven't announced if he's injured or not, but I think that's like a pretty solid because if he's out, he was a big reason the Knicks came back in the 4th last night.
I've seen some clips talking about Polymarket, trading on Polymarket.
Yeah.
I mean, doing pretty well there.
Yeah.
Dude, Polymarket's fun, man. The big thing for me is just that it's the counterparty is the most interesting part is who your opposite party is and who you're trading against is another person. I know funds are getting involved, but there's still so many mispriced markets.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
this is.
I mean, Anthropic to flip BTC was at 20% last week. It's at 50 now, which is much more, appropriate. I still think you fucking slam that, but 20% is ridiculous. That's ridiculous, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty wild. I mean, that's the thing is there's just so many opportunities on there for any market. Like, dude, I have people I know that are just like adamant. They trade Netflix top show of the week markets because they're just obsessed.
Which is cool. cool. It's just cool to be able to trade what you know.
Is that
right?
a thing? I didn't even know it was a thing.
The barrier to
Yeah,
entry
bro.
and what stopped a lot of people from like investing their money into shit is just a lack of like understanding or a lack of interest in like traditional finance, whatever. But if you're a fucking person who sits around and watches Netflix all day, you probably know more than the average bear about what the fucking top Netflix show is going to be. You might have a little bit of alpha and you might be better equipped to trade that market. And that's why Polymarket's, I feel like, a great product and needs to exist. You know,
There's just a market for everything. No matter what you're interested in, there's something that you can find an opportunity on. There's people who crush Spotify top like artist markets, and it's just finding the vertical you're interested in and becoming obsessed with it, and you can make money on it, which I think is awesome. Like it's just make money online.
I see like rappers' new albums, who's going to be featured on it. If you're really deep in that and you're in the discords and shit, and you find out two guys are fucking arguing with each other and beefing with each other before everybody else, but they're expected to be on the album, but you know they're not going to be. It's an opportunity as somebody who's in like a niche community. There's just all types of opportunities like this. It's likely that no matter what kind of niche interest you have or community you're a part of, there's an opportunity to trade against that information and understanding that somewhere on Polymarket. So we got 100%. Sixers. We got Sixers winning tomorrow. What else? What else is going on in the playoffs?
I know. I'm actually is Ant back on the Timberwolves?
Oh, I don't know.
Is Ant back? If Ant's back, I low key. I don't know how.
Yeah, he is.
He's back. He's back. Yeah, I low key wanted to take them. I low key wanted to take them to beat the Spurs. I know that's a super tough matchup for them, but I like the Timberwolves a lot, bro. I like Ant a lot. I like the dude Jaden McDaniels. I just really like the team. I think they're
the team's fun.
They're fun.
The team's a lot of fun. Cool. I mean, they got a lot of the right pieces with Randall. Obviously, it's like their team's good and they match up really well. Obviously, dude, the tough part is Victor Wembanyama's a beast. But if you want the thing I'm trading tomorrow is the Wendy's earnings. I think Wendy's beats tomorrow on Polymarket.
Wendy's?
Yeah, the fast food.
Wendy's nuts are in your mouth.
I was waiting for it. But I think they beat earnings tomorrow. It's at like 80%, but McDonald's absolutely shattered. So I'm like, yeah, they'll tail.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about like the AI trade and tech and all these different things, but I feel like what's kind of under the radar right now is like a lot of the different consumer plays. Like we haven't really talked as much about them. I'm curious, like I don't know if you have any thoughts on those sectors. Me and Banks have kind of talked a little bit about how we think like the IRL relationships are going to start to change and people are going to start investing in interesting things there. I just feel like the pendulum has swung so far to the online communities, and like a lot of people are feeling that like lack of companionship and like lack of friendship in a lot of different ways. And we know that like something new is going to pop up or something more interesting is going to pop up like around how people come together in different ways. So
Gary Vee had an interesting comment on it. I think he was either on TBPN or Monitoring the Situation, and he commented on it. It was like he wanted to make a restaurant or experience where you go in, hand your phone over, and sit at a communal table.
I love it. I've talked about events and like music festivals, like Unplugged, where you go and you turn in your phone and there's no phones allowed. There's no internet.
I don't know why they haven't done that. Like comedy shows they're adamant no phone, like hard no phone at comedy shows.
And by the way, comedy shows to this day, every time I go to a comedy show, I tell myself I need to do this bi-weekly. It's like when you get a massage, you're like, why the fuck don't I do this more often?
I just saw Shane Gillis in Chicago and it was awesome.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better. It's one of the absolute best real life experiences that has held.
It's not everyone holding their phone up like at a concert or a festival. Everyone's got their phone up, and you see the lights from the phones more than anything else. There's not a phone up in that entire place.
And these motherfuckers are real life funny. There's something about stand up that really hits different when you're in person. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that. I think along the same lines. I don't know. 80% of all venture capital has gone straight into AI over the last year. I think it's fucking insane. There has to be some sort of opportunity on the other end of the spectrum. Easy, you said you hoop?
Yeah.
I need to show you this clip. I have to. Because we hooped last night and there was something that happened and it stirred up a ton of controversy.
Okay, let's see this.
Between me and the other guys.
I know he wants to. He told me watch this.
You heard him. He called it a travel?
No, pivot foot's down.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, bro.
Down, back,
How the fuck is that a travel?
It's a travel, bro. You switched your pivot foot.
No, I did not.
You
What are
switch your
talking about? No, I fucking did not.
You switch your pivot.
No, I did not.
And you should go slow mo, slow mo, go slow mo, go slow mo.
I'm gonna go. This you could debate. This first one is a travel because my foot did.
The back foot comes up.
I'm not talking about that though. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I know you're talking about that.
That's it.
And that's not what I got called for traveling. So we're gonna focus and pay attention to what I actually got called for. How do I get rid of this fucking bar? Okay, we're gonna go frame by frame. Okay, ready?
Dribble. Okay, pick
Hold
it up.
Ball.
Left.
Planted. This left foot
Left is the
planted.
pivot. Left is the pivot.
Yep. Left is the pivot. I do not lift
and
it.
then
I do not lift it.
you switch.
It's still planted. No,
No,
I do
you
not.
switch.
Oh, right there's the
pivot
switch.
Oh my
foot.
fucking
It's
God.
switch.
Travel.
I
Oh my
told
fucking
you.
God.
It's a travel.
That's travel.
I'm sorry, brother. I had to.
That's travel.
Because
It's crazy. I got it over on you initially, and
You did.
People swiped up. I posted it on Instagram, and so many people swiped up. They're like, "Nah, bro, that's pivot. That's not a travel. This and that."
I watched it. I watched it a few times.
I was gonna ask Tristan about it. That's so funny.
It was close though. It was close.
I swear to God. I swear to God, I fought tooth and nail against this being a travel up until this moment. It was a travel. I actually can't believe it.
No, it might have been travel.
Yeah, it was. It was a travel.
That was a fucking travel.
It was close though. Like I could see how you argue it's not for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, no, it was.
It's
Yeah,
great,
right there.
great defense though.
It was close though. It was
They
close.
collapsed. They
It was
collapsed.
close. It was
The defense
close.
collapsed.
If I got that other foot down before I brought the ball up,
It would've been
like,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was-
You just
That
need like
defense
one more
stormed.
dribble.
We got 4 guys on you there.
I mean, him calling that travel though was fucking crazy. I was ready to fight him over it. I was like, "Are you fucking crazy? Check the fucking ball."
In pickup, that's a wild call in pickup.
It was insane. By the way, the kid recording it goes, "It wasn't a travel. I have it. Come watch it." And the kid who called it was like, "Nah, fuck that. Just check the ball." Like, he didn't even want to go watch it. It was a close call. It was a close call.
That's fucking funny, bro.
Are we wrapped on the Polymarket basketball shit, or you guys want to keep going on the playoffs?
I think so. What else? Do we have anything today? Like, who's playing today? Who's playing right now? Is there anything live going on?
Cavs Pistons.
Cavs Pistons.
Pistons up 8.
Cavs Pistons.
Going
Pistons
into
are
the
up
4
8.
minutes left in the half.
Let's see. Cleveland Pistons. Who's nice for Cleveland right now? That's fucking what's Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Detroit were they the 1 seed?
Yeah, they're the 1 seed. And that's crazy because Cade was hurt for like the last 15 games.
And he's back now.
Yeah.
I think Detroit takes this, bro. I think we might. This is a freebie.
They struggled with the Magic, which was crazy, but the Magic were playing out of their mind.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was like the first time that they like a while that they're playing so well. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a weird matchup though. Pistons and the fucking Magic. Like that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup, and they don't see each other a lot during the regular season.
But I watch football way more than I watch basketball. Football, I'll watch every game. Basketball, it's like when it comes to the playoffs, I'll watch that. But like I don't really watch a ton during the season.
Dude, I'm a sad Jets fan, so it's tough to watch football, man.
Who did y'all draft? That's awful, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, bro. I got the Namath jersey literally right here. Like,
Oh shit, that's hard.
yeah, I don't even know who we drafted, bro. I've been so like, I watch every game and I'm still just disappointed. I'm just like, man, we are terrible. We'll see how it goes.
I thought when you guys got Rodgers, I was like, okay, their defense was decent for a little bit. Got Rodgers, and you had a good you had a receiver too. Was it Garrett? That was
Garrett
decent.
Wilson.
Yeah, I was like,
Garrett
okay,
Wilson.
that might be decent. And then he got hurt like immediately.
Yep. It was ugly, man. It was ugly. It got ugly quick for us. It usually does. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm hyped for football this year, bro. I think my Eagles are gonna be good.
I think so too.
I think they're gonna be good. Yo, should we do the fucking the Omago shit, bro?
Sure. Are we through everything else? We're good on everything else.
I think so. I think we hit.
We could do that.
I think we hit.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Let me see.
Bro, you know
Is there
Omago is easy.
Have
you heard of
that's
this?
the like video platform, right?
We'll
The,
watch
like,
a clip. We'll watch a clip.
Not
of it.
Omegle, bro. I used to damn. Was it that shit? What was that shit called? Omegle back in the
I
day,
think no, what's Omago?
Yeah,
bro. I
Omegle.
used to be on Omegle. Omegle used to be fucking fun, actually. Back way back. That's a throwback. I forgot that was even a thing.
Here, let's watch it. Let me pull it up. I'll watch it with.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Mog thing.
Yeah.
Why is he making a kissy face at the camera?
Because they're good at what they do, man. Jason's a really good streamer. It's like lagging.
Yo, where's that? They're using AI. They're using AI. Yeah! Yo, chat, what AI is he using?
X is the best. We need him on the show. We need him on the show for sure.
Your chop.
They're using AI. They're using AI.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
This is it.
They run it back instantly. What the fuck is XCT doing?
What is happening?
Fucking brutalized.
Bro, like what the fuck? That's really funny.
What the fuck, bro?
So do we do it? Is that how we're gonna wrap the show? We do that and then wrap?
I think
you guys should do it. You guys should do it too for CT. You guys do it against each other.
Me versus Ansem would be so funny.
Yeah, me and Z will do it.
How the fuck? It's Moggle is the site, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think I just.
Then we gotta send. I'm gonna send you the. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you easy.
All right.
Yeah, you guys do it first. I'm gonna take a piss, and then me and Z will wrap it up on that. Z, just share your screen when you're ready to do it with him.
All right, let's see if I can. This shit is so funny though. Like, who made this, bro? This is the most Zoomer shit
ever. Oh, why is it using OBS?
Entra di arena.
1 sec.
Blink. It says blink eyes. Okay. I think I'm locked in. Do I need to lower this fucking mic?
All right, it says I'm checked.
1v1 arena. Okay.
Oh, private room. Here we go.
Oh wait, I think I went to the wrong thing. No, I was about to do a fucking random with somebody.
I just sent you a code. Join the private room.
Okay, hold on. Oh wait. Okay, I got it.
All right, let's see.
Oh man, here we go. Bro, if I lose this, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed, by the way. Pissed. What do we do? Do we just like look at the fucking screen?
Dude, this is fucking hilarious. This is so stupid. We're really 40 years old.
Overtime?
What? There's no fucking way. Wow, it's brutal. It's a brutal hit right now.
That's actually genius. Z, send me the same shit on
oh yeah, hold on.
Telegram.
I got you. That's so fucked up, bro. I'm sick. I'm sick right now. I'm sick.
That's crazy. I got hopped up, boys. I appreciate
bro,
you guys.
Appreciate you coming on.
Always, absolutely.
Easy, seriously,
we'll run it back.
thanks. And we're gonna have to. You should be a regular guest on the show for sure.
Anytime.
Tap in once a week. Pop in for 10 minutes. It's gonna be chill. We've been live now, Z, for like 4 hours, and I like this.
Goddamn.
I like this. You know what I mean? I like
catch you guys.
Yeah, peace.
Hi, bro.
Dude, he's awesome.
He's a GOAT, bro. He's solid.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Super
He's awesome.
solid.
He knows what he's talking about too.
Hold on. I'm trying to send you this shit. Okay. You got it? I'll send it to you on TG.
Yes, sir. And then I think what you do, by the way, Z, you just do you screen share full. Or maybe I should do this and I should do it like this. Hold on. Like maybe I should use this view. Because then it's you know what I mean?
I think
for the clip.
Well, they won't be able to see it if it's not in the middle, right?
No, because the actual website hosts our two faces.
Oh, true.
So I think it's better for the clip if we do it that way. Let me I'll set it up. Private room.
This site is so funny though. I can't believe I just lost.
Hilarious,
what the
bro.
fuck?
Hilarious.
That's so fucked up.
That is fucked up.
That's so fucked.
That is really fucked up. By the way, it doesn't account for like height, body fat, things like that. It's like I've already obviously considered all these things being a narcissist. Like already coming up with excuses for losing and shit.
Oh
it's
my
hilarious.
God. All right, here we go.
Yeah, waiting for opponent. You got the code?
Yeah.
Maybe. Get fucking ready, bro. Maybe take the headset off too. Get ready, brother.
This is very important. This is very important, chat.
Bro.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bro.
Let's go.
That's bullshit. Yo, we're running that shit back. We need to run that back. What the fuck? Am I chopped? Chat, be honest. I think I look all right. That's bullshit. But I can't win. I have nothing. I can't win. I'm fucking chopped.
I lost already, bro. I lost already. So
yeah, but that means I would have lost to him. That means I'm the most chopped one. You got to get Miz back on here and run it.
Yeah.
On the stream today. That's crazy.
Oh, we should have done it earlier.
Oh,
that was lit though. We went 2 for 2 on guests. That was fire.
I can hear you twice. Why can I hear him twice? Oh, maybe because I have this open. Maybe. Talk.
Well, no.
Oh, I fucked that up. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
no,
fun.
this is a great stream. I think we run every fucking stream and every show like this. To be honest, we just rip it. We're live for 3-4 hours, and we just call people in casually.
Yeah.
I mean, the second guest fell through, and Easy came in, and I feel like there'll always be somebody who's down to jump on the stream and talk shit.
We should bring on random CT people every once in a while. If you're still watching, if you're one of the people still watching, we love you. We appreciate you.
Of course. Again, I feel like it's important that we're all aligned. You know what I mean? Because this shit really, it's down pretty bad as far as public sentiment.
Yeah.
It's like worse off than AI. Like AI has a pretty bad rep, like publicly and socially. Like people are really fucking anti-AI. In crypto, like takes it to a whole other level. Like at least people are willing to talk about AI. Like crypto is like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah, people are the reason people are bearish on AI. They're like, yeah, it's really, really, it's so disruptive that we're scared of it. People aren't like that with crypto right now.
Yeah.
He's not public.
It's just like, nah, fuck that. Yeah.
We'll fix it though.
And I experienced it with the kids too. Like I was working on a couple different deals with them and people to like sponsor the house or other productions and stuff. And all of them, pretty much, a couple of them were interested in having bigger conversations. But the second the word crypto comes up, or if it's even close to the conversation, it's just like, nah, not risking it, which I understand. Like from personal experience, I fully get why. And like, it's probably the right move, but how do we make it not be the right move? Like, I don't know. That's a conversation that we're going to have over the course of the next fucking probably several years.
Yeah.
But it's important, and it's important for people like us who are making an effort with a show like this to just put our best foot forward and just do what we can, like do the best to our own ability. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Don't think so. Oh, Discord. Yeah, Discord. So guys, we have a Discord for the show. The official MarketBubble Discord. So if you guys have like recommendations of what you want us to talk about, what you want to see for the week, like we'll both be in there going back and forth with you guys. But yeah, it's basically a place for this to live when we're not live. And yeah, what's the @ Is the Discord just MarketBubble?
It should be on the site. If it's not on the site,
it's on the
they'll
site.
update it.
It's on the site. So site marketbubble.com. All the most important links are there. The Twitter's there. The Discord
It's actually
is there.
not currently on the site, but it should be on the site. It's on the it's somewhere on the screen right now, flowing by.
Okay. Well, MarketBubble. Discord.gg/MarketBubble.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, follow the Twitter as well. We're putting a lot of time, effort, energy into this. We will be live every single Thursday at 1 p.m. PST. I will be doing a 30-minute pre-show, just me and my chat, and on Twitch. And obviously Z is live currently right now on Twitter. And that's gonna kind of just be the flow of the show. Every Thursday, 1 p.m. on Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, again, this is a show all about investing in yourself, putting your best foot forward. We're gonna keep it positive. Feel like more often than not, men are finding themselves in a really fucked up, poor position. And how do we fix that? How are we positioned? Find out Thursdays, 1 p.m. PST, live everywhere. Follow all the socials. The Discord, another big thing about the Discord too, you're going to start live, like updating a journal there, right? Like all your trades, you're going to basically share there live.
Yep.
And just kind of keep track of that. And you guys can kind of see the success over the course of the period of the show. And we won't run into issues like, you didn't actually trade Solana at 150, fucking LARPing liar.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, without further ado, we'll wrap the show up. We'll see you guys next Thursday at 1 p.m. PST. Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in, follow, subscribe, all that shit, whatever the protocol is. Keep up with the show. I promise it'll be worth it. Appreciate you guys all so much. Love. Take care. Take us out.